Let me turn mic on. Okay. I'm hopefully for everybody, I'm kind of coming in considerably louder today because, yeah, I realized the other day that my mic was set at 50% volume because I'm smart.
Not nearly short enough.
Oh, I don't know if I like this new chair. I also got a new chair from work. Well, it's a new old chair. But okay, so picking up from last week, Brom, you were kind of off doing some things here around the castle. The party itself, they got permission from Sarastra to kind of go to the controlled weapons room, the specialty room. There they met, or you guys met the Master at Arms, Geskif, an Elder Shadow Drake.
Weapons Master.
Yes.
Weapons bastard.
Great A, Dick.
You saw Weapons Master?
No, bastard.
Well, bastard.
Weapons
That
bastard.
That too.
But so you guys kind of went in, and he told you more. Like, you saw a lot of things that I imagine some of you wanted everything in there. I say probably, but yeah, there's a lot of high end stuff in there.
It's one of the mid-range stuff.
He told you, Geskef more or less said that, yeah, you have to prove that you're worthy to be able to take anything out of there. He kind of warned there's a lot of things that are difficult to control. One or two of the items in there may even be sentient. It's tough to say because it's all kind of kept pretty much under lock and key. But Geskef more or less teleported the group to almost a shadow plane within the shadow plane, where a fight more or less broke out between him and 3 guard drakes and the 5 of you minus Brum. The fight went down fairly quickly. I think actual combat was like 3, maybe 4 rounds.
18 seconds.
Mm-hmm. That's if you're sticking with the hard and fast combat is 6 seconds per round. It's good for like mechanical to do that for spells that are like a minute and things like that. Realistically, 18 seconds is enough to kind of engage with one person, get a couple, maybe 1 or 2 swings in, and then back away. So I don't know.
How many sword fights have you been in?
I don't know.
6 seconds is a long time.
Conceptually speaking, expecting Geskef to get off 3 breath weapons in 18 seconds is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
It'd be like at least a minute.
Yeah.
Time works differently in the Shadow Realm.
Also true. I've been in plenty of hand-to-hand situations where it takes more than 20 seconds, even one-on-one. Anyway, enough real-life talk. It took about 3 rounds. Geskef pretty much owned the party, and you guys woke up actually a couple days later in the infirmary here. Still kind of bruised. I imagine a lot of you guys are it's still kind of, as you guys sit up, there's a little bit of wincings. Ow, ow. Still some bruising, aches and pains.
Rockmon's ego is bruised.
Oaths of vengeance were sworn.
But Sarastra will kind of come in, or she would have been kind of checking on the group, maybe like once a day or something like that. She would kind of come in, and eventually, as you guys wake up, let me shorten that because that is a long name. Okay, now we can see. As you guys wake up, Sarastra would come in as everybody's, like I said, kind of getting up, kind of nursing your bruises and aches and pains. I see.
And I remember I made the remark around that time about how we were taking this quote unquote shortcut through the Shadow Realm. And we've been here, what, 5 days?
Actually, only about 3 or 4.
How long? I thought they said we were down for 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that,
It's gonna be like 2 hours when we pop out.
before the Geska fight, you had already been in here.
Day and a half.
Yeah, like a day and a half. So yeah, you're at like 3 or 4 days that you've been in here, versus like the 10 days of travel time you would have had going through the woods.
There's drakes in the woods.
But there's shadow drakes in the Shadow Realm.
There's less drakes in the woods than there are shadow drakes fucking us up.
There's different drakes in the woods. Sarastra is going to kind of come in and check on you, and she'll kind of comment. I see Geskiv was a little zealous in his defense of the armory. And she'll kind of look the party over. Is everyone okay?
Mongo
If Seven
hungry.
had an yeah. If Seven had an eyebrow, it would be raised. Like, are you fucking kidding me? But he doesn't have an eyebrow.
Mongo still hasn't eaten anything. Brahm is fine. Yeah, is Brahm waltzing in with Sarastra?
Yeah, I imagine he would have had, at the very least, access to the lower courts. He wouldn't have really the upper, or either of the upper courts. But yeah, he'd probably be there with her. I don't know if he would walk in with her. I don't know. Would Brahm basically stay at the party side, or would he go roaming during the 2 days?
Oh, he would definitely be roaming during the 2 days.
Screw those guys. They got themselves into it.
He'd be doing skills work with the guards so as to achieve the equivalent experience points.
Oh, that reminds me. Let me check something here.
I think just surviving 2 days by himself in this place is it gets him experience.
Christian, what color do you think would emphasize this place? Well, yeah, I'd say this would still be a black. Okay. I'm looking at your weapon.
Yeah. Probably
Well,
black, yeah.
Charcoal gray.
I'd say you'll also find out what blue is.
Ooh. What activates blue?
Same thing that activates all the other colors.
This is the weirdest out of context conversation.
Well,
If
it
you-
was like different creature types, wasn't it?
It kind of depends. What the creature, what the overall type is. If you go against something of a specific element, it'll kick up. If you guys look at Brahm's longsword, the item under what is that? Player handouts.
Uh-huh.
That's what we're talking about. So Brahm's
Yeah,
weapon.
I knew what you were talking about. It's just
It just
how
feels
does
weird.
that happen?
Yeah. So, for everyone else, Brahm's longsword has these kind of etchings, and there's almost a groove in it that, depending on if he gets the killing blow on something, those grooves and that etchings will actually kind of give a little bit of a soft glow. Depending on what color it glows, he's going to get an additional D4 of damage for the rest of that. Excuse me, for the rest of that day, based on the color. So he got the sword, and while he was in Zobek, he kind of learned black, white, and yellow. Being here in the Shadow Plane, he'd see a lot of, depending on what he was kind of killing, he'd see a lot of either black, and he might even see a couple of creatures that give blue. Yeah. So more sentient races, humans, your own party, things like that. You're probably gonna draw either like a white or possibly a yellow. But undead, other Darkul, you'll probably pull black. Shadow creature or creatures from the shadow are typically going to be more of a black or a blue. Just kind of depends on the creature.
What in the world is he even killing in here?
Shadow dragons, probably.
Yeah, shadow dragons. I have stats for those, by the way. You wouldn't have killed one.
Horrible.
Oh yeah, you guys are fighting Geskef. I was fighting his 3 big brothers. There's no biggie.
His cousin's on the dragon side.
Yeah. But Sarastra would kind of come in, and so no one remembers who got the dragon eye ring.
I do.
Naren does? Okay.
It's on my necklace.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So
That makes
Naren
sense.
has the dragon eye ring. Okay. And you should have stats for that. Yeah, there's stats for that under magic items. But she'll kind of come in and, like I said, Sarastra will kind of check on the party. If everybody seems okay, if everyone's okay, she's going to more or less let you guys know, hey, that there's some food ready. Since you've been here for a couple of days, imagine probably everybody's kind of hungry, Mongo especially. But there'd be, again, kind of that, almost that banquet style of food prepared for you. As you guys come out, you would actually see kind of off to the side, all of your packs, or all of your equipment has been cleaned and repaired. Your packs are packed up. Pretty much everybody's stuff is ready for them.
Seven has no use for food, so he wouldn't exactly go to the banquet hall at the moment.
There'd
Yeah,
be,
no, Bristol's gone.
I'd imagine there'd be something for Seven, a bucket of oil or something. And yes, that's racist against Gearforce, you know. But okay, so after everybody kind of eats, for Mongo, if he's gonna eat or not. I imagine at this point, because if Mongo didn't eat at the original banquet, and he hasn't eaten in 2 days, I don't imagine there'd be much of a wisdom save. He's probably going to eat.
Yeah, he failed it anyway. Yeah,
Okay.
he'll be eating.
Okay. I mean, I won't force you to if you don't want to, but as I say, aside from being unconscious and being nursed, I imagine you're probably hungry.
Yep.
And after a certain point, points of exhaustion start applying.
True. But once everybody kind of gets their fill, gets all their stuff packed up, Sarastra would kind of redirect everyone back to the courtyard again.
She's spending a lot of time with us.
Maybe feeling guilty?
Oh,
It's a good job, yes?
I was thinking that was what was going through my head the same way. Nick just vocalized it. Let's see. So Sarastra would, or once everybody gets all their stuff re-equipped and gets prepared, Sarastra would have everybody meet up kind of back in the courtyard here. And she would look back over the party. Well, now that you have all your things, I believe it's time for you to continue on your travels.
Basically, she's saying, get the fuck out.
Go play outside.
How are we to return to our realm in the place where we intend to go?
Why, child? That's why I'm here. I'll get you as close as I can. Even in the Margrave, there are some places I can't even go directly. Your destination is near enough the heart that even us Shadow Fae have difficulties getting there.
We're gonna die in transit. I can see it now.
That's what the D8 was for, really. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So, she'll kind of, and if nobody else has anything, she's more or less going to kind of turn to the side, and you'll see she kind of holds her hand out for a second, and gives this almost this kind of twisting gesture with her hand, as if she's kind of like running her hand around a ball or something like that. And as she closes her fist, that this portal kind of starts to open up as she's doing it. And it's very much the same way Svalka, when he kind of ran his fingers over the ring, or when he ran his fingers over the ring and he summoned up the portal. Unlike Svalka's portal teleport, the Sarastra's is completely smooth. If anybody's ever seen like the old Stargate show, with the portal looked kind of like a pool of water that was rippling, this just looks like a flat sheet.
No, so the Atlantis gates. Got it.
It's very smooth. It looks like this is extremely stable, unlike Svalka's. You kind of looking at it, you guys start to get the impression that maybe Svalka's ring is more of an emergency teleport or an oh shit button. But she's gonna. Nick?
Huh?
Oh, your mic kicked open, so I was waiting to see if you were gonna say something.
No, that's just what it does when I unmute it.
She's going to more or less gesture to the gates. This will get you as close as possible.
Rista will give a sweeping bow and then jump through.
Rockmon will just say thank you for your hospitality. Hopefully we'll see you soon. And do the same.
Indeed.
Seven will walk through the portal.
Naren will kind of curtsy and walk through.
All right. I
Ron
say
will silently bow and follow.
All right. More or less, I just kind of give you guys a chance if you wanted to say anything before you leave or anything like that. Otherwise, I imagine everybody's going through.
We're gonna have a great, safe trip, guys. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Exactly.
And then through the portal.
Let's see. Let me find you guys. Whoop. There we go. And let's see. Handouts. Locations. Alright, we'll just drag this out bigger. Let's see, because you guys are trying to get to the Pale Wood.
Yee.
This is actually going to, as you guys step out, Naren and Seven, you guys will kind of look around and you'll get the idea, or you'll kind of get a bearing on where you are. And it feels like you guys are more or less right around there. Just a little outside the Central Heart, about halfway between Mist Wallows and Spit Oaks Crossing.
Yeah,
Nice.
a lot closer than I thought we were going to be. I thought we were being dropped at Dead Druids.
So Rockmon will just say to.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Oop.
If I can grab it. There we go. It was supposed to be up further north. There we go.
Fuck.
You had to say something.
So we'll say you guys are, you're just outside the central heart. Almost straight east of Dead Druid's Run. What direction do you guys have a direction you want to head to, or?
North.
That is an option.
So
Yeah, clearly.
Rockmon's just going to say to Naren and Seven in particular, how confident are you on directions to the Pale Wood from here? If we'd like, I have a spell I could use that could keep us on track for the next 8 hours or so.
What time of day is it?
I would
Travis.
say
Or night.
We could see, so I assumed day.
once you guys actually kind of step through, it feels like it's probably about mid-morning. Looking around, you guys step into the woods, and the trees aren't quite as thick as they are in like Western Margrave, so you can see a little bit further, but you can still only see about 50 feet before the trees just kind of get too thick to be able to really see through.
So yeah, Stone will be looking up at the sun and just go, it's that way. And point. In like the rough direction.
Well, let's get going then.
So Rockmon's not too sure how how to interpret what Seven's saying. If he's saying he knows where he's going, so there's no need for help, or not.
I mean, help is always helpful.
By definition.
But
Yeah. All right. Well, let me give me about 10 minutes, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay.
Guiding star. Okay. And
So
are you
we'll
doing
just-
that as you're doing that as a ritual, right?
Yes.
So it's 20 minutes. Ritual does not cost a spell slot if you do it 10 minutes longer than whatever the casting time is. At 20 minutes. Still.
Okay. So I said 20 minutes instead of 10 minutes. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
As a leveled spell, it costs 10 minutes already?
Yep. It is not an instant cast. Yeah. Because it's more of a ribbon spell. It's something you do out of combat. That's why. They don't want you to like, boop.
Now, is this workable? Is the canopy like thin enough that the sky is visible?
Like I said, the way it reads is by observing the stars or the position of the sun. It's not like I mean, you can still kind of look up and you'll be able to get glimpses of the sky. You may be able to like spot the sun through the trees, kind of thing.
Okay. I was just wondering because you said
Yeah.
our vision was still impaired.
Right, but that's
Because
more
of
like the
the
tree
trees.
trunks. Yeah, that's more the tree trunks down and around you, looking around. It's tough to really see anything past about 50 feet consistently. You might have a little spot here where you get lucky and all the trees line up and you can see a path, but that's it.
Okay. So once that's done, then, unless you're about to say something, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, once that's done, then Rockmon will say, I think I can save us the 20 minutes we lost, and cast Tireless. And I will just split it.
Split it up. It's 4 hours.
Did Svalka come with us, or not? I'm assuming not.
No, it's just you guys.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So
Uh-oh.
that should be 4 hours.
Let's see here. What are your guys' perceptions?
Hi.
Let me throw some tokens out here.
16 is my passive.
Yeah, I know yours is ridiculous.
Yay.
So 7 gets to see the meteorite just before it hits him.
Yay!
Rocks fall from the sky, everyone dies.
It's fine. I have backups.
So as Rockman's kind of doing this, he's getting this, or he's kind of getting a sense of directions, figuring out, kind of judging between the map and the guiding star, and getting everyone kind of boosted up a little bit on speed. Let's see. Mongo, I imagine you're with Rockman kind of doing all this casting. Mongo, I imagine probably gets kind of bored watching the Birdman just sit there and reference maps and looking up and all that.
Yeah.
So he's probably looking around a little bit more, losing interest in Rockman looking around. Let's see who's gonna see it.
I mean, for 20 minutes, I doubt anybody's going to be just watching Rockman.
Right.
Pretty exciting.
I would say 7 and Mongo. You're going to hear kind of almost this crashing sound in the woods to your west.
In the distance. Not imminent.
Oh, fuck.
Not in the distance.
It's a dinosaur.
For all I know, yeah.
It does not sound to be big enough to be a dinosaur, but
It's a baby dinosaur.
it does sound like just something is crashing through the trees.
It's 4, all grown up.
She grew fast.
Please no, please no.
Let's see. I imagine Nate and Mongo, or 7 and Mongo, would be the first ones to kind of hear this, and then I'd imagine everybody else kind of seeing the two of them kind of perk up would take note of it and look over to that direction.
Yep. Arm up. Axe out.
Is it coming towards us, or is it just wandering?
Give me an active perception check,
An active perception?
or an actual check.
Hey, that is
15,
one
yeah.
less than my passive.
I already did my active perception.
Right. So again, from the sounds of it, it sounds like whatever this is heading towards you.
Fuck. I suppose there's places to hide beyond just behind trees.
Well, let me do this. Boop. And I just kind of threw you guys on there. So
I can't see. I'm
Shit,
blind.
Oh, there we go. Wow, I was really zoomed in.
Hey,
Yeah.
I remember this place.
Hey.
It looks familiar.
So it sounds like whatever this crashing is coming. Oh, that's the wrong button. Kind of this direction.
Okay, choke point is the log.
This is big enough to just wade through the water.
What are these 3 icons?
Which
4
ones?
icons? 5 icons?
The base.
They look to be like these kind of large, almost dragonflies. If somebody wants to give me a nature check,
Can I do that?
sure.
It's a dragonfly of unusual size.
So does this disrupt my concentration for the
No, this would be
Spell.
towards the end of it.
Okay.
Okay.
These look to be.
Do I know dragonfly?
These look to be suture flies.
And what are they when they're at home in the forest?
So
Exceedingly friendly.
Yeah, they follow us around and stitch us up if we get hurt. That's great.
sure.
That sounds like a real
Yeah.
good thing to have if
So
I had
suture,
flesh.
so suture flies. Suture flies. Let me pull them up here. Suture flies are interesting.
So deadly.
By themselves, no, not really. They're tiny little beasts. Like I said, they're a little bit bigger than dragonflies, but they're almost magical creatures. These darting creatures, they kind of resemble dragonflies, but with 3 pairs of wings and a body that it looks to be almost made of like a splintered wood. Flashes of bright colors a lot of times will kind of run along their bodies. What they're really known for is they're attracted to types of curses, like verbal triggers, things like that. Blasphemies.
They were? In what respect?
If they're attracted to a specific creature, when they attack, they are known to actually sew the target's mouth and eyes and nose shut.
Huh. So what I have to say is pineapple goes on pizza and job's a good one.
And they'll just leave you alone forever.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
He said blasphemies.
That's perfectly acceptable. If I wanted to say blasphemies, I'd say Chicago style's the best, which is just no.
But what's really kind of twisted about it is when they do the sewing shut of the eyes, nose, and mouth of the facial orifices, they do it with your own skin. That they'll kind of take little bits of your skin. They'll make little punctures in like your lips, and they'll pull bits of your skin, and they'll kind of loop it back and forth. So it's your own skin sewing your mouth shut.
Okay, now it's twisted.
Yeah. Now it sounds like a metal album.
Should this happen, people have been known to actually suffocate to death from this. If a swarm of suture flies were to attack you, people have been known to suffocate. Like I said, they don't hit very hard, and it is possible that people have been known to, if they're in a hurry or if they don't have somebody to help them, you can actually basically, if they sew your mouth shut, you can reach up and cut it back open as an action to cut your mouth back open. For wizards and spellcasters, these are especially dangerous because you can no longer make vocal components on your spells.
Fortunately, Rockmont has a beak.
Yeah, this is only really a problem for Brahm.
No impact here.
And Naren
So
and Ristal,
And
manga, because I mean, if they get your mouth and your nose, you can no longer breathe.
So are they actively presenting themselves as a threat as this thing comes crashing toward us from across this stream?
Right now, they seem to just be kind of buzzing around. They seem like over the last few minutes they've been kind of settling down, but they seem to be kind of agitated just from like the portal showing up and dropping you guys off from the Shadow Realm.
Makes sense.
All right, then Ristal's keeping them in the periphery as he hides behind this tree trunk.
Right next to one.
Yeah.
It's like sat next to the landmine. Just don't you go off. No.
Naren's just reaching her hand out towards one.
Yeah, I mean, every now and then, they looking at them, they seem to act a lot like dragonflies. Like every now and then, you kind of hold your hand out, and one will kind of buzz over, and it'll land on your hand for a second, and it just kind of curl around on the back of your hand, and then fly back off. But this crashing sound.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Someone's ducking in the bush. Let us be happy with the dragonflies.
Suture flies. There's 6 of you, so that is 4. Yeah, just getting to this location in the woods would have taken you a good 7 to 10 days. It probably would have taken about 4 or 5 days just to get all the way up the road. And then, depending
Even
on
with
travel...
Tyler's.
Yeah, well, I mean, tireless, it would have taken you would have gotten up the road a lot faster. But getting through the woods is a lot harder, even with Seven and Naren here helping you. Because I imagine you guys are probably, if you guys are traveling through the woods, you're probably trying to not attract attention. Trying to keep your head on swivel so you don't get jumped by something.
Yeah.
But this, let me see if I have. I hope I do. Oh, dang it, I don't. Okay. This.
It's never gonna be nice and friendly.
Remember, dinosaurs are beautiful in their own right.
True. As you got, everybody's more or less kind of looking towards where the sound's coming from, right?
Naren's
Yeah.
completely distracted with the dragonfly thing.
Yeah, actually, I think I am more distracted by the one near me than I initially thought.
That's why you rolled a 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you guys are kind of looking to the side, and I'm gonna have to use the same token as Naren because I don't have another one for it. Sorry. This Ilcid is going to come bursting out of the brush, running. She's kind of carrying this basket that looks to have what's left of like flowers and mushrooms, and it looks like she was probably picking something. But she comes running out of these brush and is just tearing across this small opening here, running from something that's still crashing behind her. As she kind of looks up, she'll kind of look up and she'll
Get
see.
the oh shit look.
Yeah, she'll kind of look up and she'll see the party, and you guys will see she just has kind of this look of almost abject terror in her face. Run! Run! As she's kind of motioning with her hands as she comes continually running across this thing. Behind her, through these trees, he's actually going to be more or less knocking over these smaller trees, just as he kind of goes. It looks to be something resembling an ogre.
Another Dragul ogre.
It's not a Darkul ogre. This one looks to be more almost as if it's been in the forest too long, or it's corrupted somehow. He's been mutated somehow.
Twisted ogre.
Mm-hmm. As he kind of comes into view, you notice it actually almost looks like he has an extra arm on top of just this kind of... his skin looks to be a little bit more scaly. He's got this kind of third arm coming up from under like his right side. It does not look happy at all. He looks to be kind of chasing this guy down, or chasing this Elsa down. Where'd it go?
So did Rockmon have time to cast Tireless before this guy showed up?
Yeah, I'd say you did.
So he'll just say, we probably can outrun this thing now if we choose to.
She said run, I say we run. Because Seven and Aaron didn't tell us we were walking into fucking Chernobyl.
It's in the name.
Oh, here we go. I found one.
Grave. It's that. Right there. Grave.
That is true.
That means things are dead, not mutants.
Yeah. Things are dead. Us. Time to bravely run away.
There we go. Looks kind of like that. but he's got like a third arm underneath his right side.
That club is actually his third arm.
Yeah. he
Attached
he
at
can
the
just
wrist.
remove it. Yeah. So this, like I said, this kind of corrupted ogre is going to be coming crashing through the woods, and this Elcid is like trying to book it across the bridge here. And it sounds like the party is turning and fleeing. Yeah.
Getting the fuck out.
In the direction of the Pale Wood.
So
Keeping
more
pace with the
south.
outside.
Well,
Ye-
Rockmont should have a pretty good sense of which direction it is.
Yeah, it's pretty much south. Yeah.
It might be best to keep pace with the Alcide, just because they know where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
Like, properly know. They'll lead us down the clearest path.
I thought that's why Rockman had the ritual and you were here. Like this is your neck of the woods, right?
Let's have a discussion about
Or is
this.
Seven a filthy liar?
So this Ailsid, she's going to come and essentially try to almost leap this little chasm here. Okay.
Falls and breaks her ankle.
Not with a 19, she won't.
Damn it.
She's got 4 ankles.
She breaks 2 of them. Yeah.
The front two, just face plants.
Just caddy
Wire-
corner,
wire.
front, left, back, right. Yeah.
So it's a female Elcid.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And she's gonna kind of come land on this other side and continue her running. Meanwhile, this guy is still giving chase. That is not the right one. Where she went and leapt across, this ogre kind of just runs and just jumps down into the little chasm, just and splashes down. And she's going to more or less kind of run up, grab Naren, give her a quick shake, and what are you doing? Move! And she's going to run past the group. So everybody's running away, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I figured there wasn't any time for her to run up and shake Naren. Like, we were already gone.
Well, Naren was distracted by the dragonflies.
So the group is running. Let's see. Oh, you do have tireless. Thank goodness you guys have tireless, actually. So, you
Otherwise,
guys,
you would not be keeping pace with the Alcide.
right? And the ogre would
Are we?
more than well be keeping pace with you guys. So you guys are you keeping pace with the Ilcid that seems to be running past, or are you just taking off?
Taking off.
Taking off. Okay. So Ristel's taking off. Balls out. I'm out.
Rockmont is moving at speed 90.
90. Okay. Anybody keeping with the Ilcid?
Logic says keep with the one that knows exactly where they're going.
So Rockmon.
Well, we don't even know if she's from around here.
No, but I'd rather her be in front and then her find the ditch.
Do I recognize her?
Good.
Honestly, I
question.
prefer if we had something to slow that big ass ogre down.
Exactly. She finds the ditch, we leap over the ditch, we leave her behind, the ogre eats her. We win.
That is an interpretation.
Uh-huh. So as this
Seven will follow the group.
Elcid comes running up and kind of gives Naren a shake and runs off, it'll take Naren a second, but yeah, she's going to recognize this Elcid.
Damn it.
Her name is Fraulein.
Fraulein.
Oh, Charmaine Fräulein.
I was in a hurry. Shut up.
Housewife, you're slowing us down.
She's Fraulein. Naren, you know, like, she's more or less, like I said, kind of like an herbalist. She tends to, the same way that you kind of always kind of got yourself in trouble going off on your own, stuff like that. She does the same thing. She usually she would stay a little bit closer to the to group of deer, a herd. She would stay a little bit closer to the clan. Not usually wander off very far. It's a little strange to see her this far from the camps. Yeah. So, yeah, Naren does recognize her.
So Naren's gonna be extremely confused why she's this far away from the tribe and follow her.
So Naren's sticking with Fraulein. Okay. And it sounds like everybody else is kind of hauling butt.
Risto would slow down when he saw that Naren was keeping pace.
Mago's staying between the ogre and Seven.
Seven will be following Naren because she's doing the logical thing.
Yeah, I don't know how Naren would react if it's just. Or I don't know if she would like let the group know, or if she'd call out, or what. So. But so this ogre is going to more or less continue chasing you guys as you're crashing through the woods. It seems to Fraulein's able to kind of keep her distance ahead of this thing as it's crashing through the woods behind you, with kind of ducking and weaving kind of through the trees. That doesn't seem to slow this thing down. It just continually crashes through the trees. Every now and then it kind of disappears from view, only to see like this tree fall over, and there he is.
As this continues for a bit, and if it doesn't show any signs of slowing down, like getting tired or anything like that, Risto would kind of angle off to a side and attempt to stage an ambush. Like as this thing runs past, the idea would just to be to unload a truly horrendous barrage of blows and cripple this thing somehow.
Okay.
So it's literally keeping up with us at 90 at a overland speed of
We're
90.
keeping pace with the non-tireless Alcid, though.
It's keeping up with Fraulein. If the group is taking off, then yeah, you're fine.
But we're not. Or at least not the entire group.
Okay. So I'm
At least we're away from the suture flies.
Very true. It's true. Yeah.
So Rockmon started heading towards the Pale Wood initially. So
Mhm.
I'm a little concerned that he's now, taking off one direction, everybody else going another direction. So which direction is the main group going?
Who is in the front? Is it Rockmon?
Oh, so Rockmon started heading towards the Pale Wood.
Okay.
As soon as he saw the ogre or whatever that thing is, and we decided that we were running. So he didn't spend a lot of time to see if everybody else was going the same direction. So I'm not sure what direction everybody else was heading in.
I imagine it's almost one of those things like whoever's in front is.
Breaking trail.
Yeah, they're just following whoever's in front. Almost that absent-minded, like, I don't care where we're going, as long as it's away from that.
Okay, so then does Ristel say anything that he's going to do something?
He's not saying anything. He's breaking off just silently, and he is attempting to hide. Although, I do want to try and pop the Dragon Claw strikes so that I have that little bit of fire damage to add on to the ambush. If I'm keeping my hands in front of me, like keeping whatever tree I'm hiding behind between me and the giant, does that mess with any of my surprise?
I would say probably give a stealth
Because I
check.
do have Mask of the Wild as well.
Right, and that gives you
I don't know
what,
that.
like advantage in woods or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it is. but-
Yeah, something like that.
So I imagine
So
it's something like Brahm. Did you? We haven't heard from you. Did you just haul butt too?
Yeah, I would have been following the group following the Elsa.
So behind Fraulein, or
Yeah.
in front of her?
Uh, behind probably.
So I imagine the order is something like this, more or less. And the group's heading like that way.
I like that Rockmon is further away from the bad guy this time.
Instead of 15 feet in front of it? Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah,
standing
this
right
is
next to
intentional.
it, saying hello.
Hi. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I've had an idea.
Uh-oh. I thought I'd smelled something burning. It's the gears.
No, it's toast. Do I use it? I could use it. How obvious was it that we're still sort of ducked off to the side?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering that as well.
not obvious at all. He'd been trying to hide right from the get-go so that the ogre doesn't see him.
Right. Well, give
Okay.
me a stealth check, Crystal.
Well, my passive perception looks through that.
So 25. Okay. I'd say you probably have advantage because he's pretty focused on Fraulein, and the rest of you are like, oh great, there's more bugs around my target, kind of thing.
Okay. Don't know
25.
how much this will help.
What's
I'm gonna go ahead and pop the Dragon Claw Strike as I'm waiting.
Okay. Okay. So you're gonna wait until this thing kind of catches up. So we'll say you're probably more like over here, because the group's gonna run past you, and you're waiting for it to come up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys know what that means.
Yeah.
Could be better, could be worse.
I'm happy about that, because what I am going to do may very well help you, Ristal.
And Rockmon. There we go. Hey, nice. I'm assuming Ristal's probably higher than Mongo on Dex. So flip those.
Yeah.
My
So,
dex is 14.
Fraulein rolls a 12. And the Corrupted Ogre rolls a 1.
Well, that's fantastic.
He actually rolled a 2, but yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. All right. So, we'll kick it off. Rockmon, you're up. I'd imagine you probably saw kind of. Well, no, because he's behind you. So you're heading through the woods, and you can still hear this thing kind of crashing behind you. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm fine attacking the thing, but I'm thinking, did I really notice that we're going to attack it?
I almost imagine there's still kind of that that kind of hollering back and forth as everybody's kind of running. And you probably eventually, let's say, yeah, you probably noticed Ristal kind of broke off to the side. So
Okay.
I don't imagine it would be much of a stretch if he broke off that he's planning something.
Okay. Well then, so Rockmon will then just fire off just a warm up spell here. So he'll fire off a magic missile at the guy. At level 2.
Okay. Now, let me do this. I forgot to do that earlier. Okay. Minus 11. Okay. 34 plus 3. Plus an extra 2. Okay. So you're going to kind of spin around, and as Rockman kind of runs up, he kind of spins around. He throws these 4 darts kind of fly out and flip around the party and slam into this guy. Just anything else?
I think he'll actually move a little bit this way. And that's it for now.
Okay. Brahm, your turn.
Brahm, seeing these magical missiles fly over his shoulder and help this ogre, I'm going to try to distract it a bit with a Phantasmal Force.
Oh, that spell.
Yeah.
That
When in the
is-
woods, make creatures go crazy.
Right.
I like this.
Intelligence saving throw. If he fails, I make him see something.
All right. Well, this should be interesting. Here we go.
No effect on undead or constructs.
That's a 1.
He rolled a 4, and it came out a 1.
Good
no.
spell choice.
He rolled a 4.
So
and that was a 1.
I'm thinking he probably sees another
see-
version of
He's going to see
Fräulein.
something whether you send something to him or not.
Yeah. He sees another version of Fräulein just like in front of him or like right next to him, like just attacking him with a club.
Okay.
Okay.
And is that
And-
damage on his turn or on yours?
Um,
Each round on your
each
turn.
round on your turn. My turn.
Okay.
It says can use its action to examine the phantasm.
Right.
It's not very smart though.
Oh,
It has a
okay.
-3. It is dumb as hell.
No one said it was smart.
Don't need to be smart to kill someone.
Okay. So give me a d6.
So it can actually take damage.
Nice.
6 points of damage. Mark the spell. And then just go hang out with my good buddy Rockbun in a place that's safe.
It's okay. That's fine.
Let me do this. Oh, and no one else sees that. It's just him. Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say
Orc.
what's a good icon for it? Yeah. That one. Sure. Alright, so that's going to be Brom's turn. 7, your turn.
Nick, I'm sorry, but you know how I said what I'm about to do might help you? You're not really
Yeah?
close enough for this
It's not going
to help you. It's not going to it hinder you in any way. It's just not going to help.
I'm okay with this.
All right, cool. So, where's the fucking measuring tool? Just double checking. Yes.
Or actually, let's see. You said you're going to hide behind the tree and wait for him to come past, right, Nick?
Yeah.
So we'll say you're behind
Sorry.
that tree.
Oh, hang on. That's still too damn
Retcon.
far away.
Yeah, I think that's actually further away.
No,
That is further away.
that's 15 feet.
No, further away from 7.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I imagine is what he's measuring
Yeah.
from.
That's what Evan's measuring from. Yeah.
I keep grabbing the wrong one.
Yeah, sorry, no, Nick, no, it's not happening.
No, that's closer, slightly. See, 50, 55.
It's closer, but it's not 30 feet. Is it?
So
it's not
step up a
30
little bit.
feet.
I mean, all you have to do is get a little closer to
He
the
doesn't
ogre.
know where he doesn't know where I am.
I'd imagine they probably saw you dip off. You were hiding from
With
the
a
ogre, right?
25?
Are you hiding from everyone or just from the ogre?
I was trying to hide from everybody just so like there wouldn't be any chance the ogre saw me set up this ambush.
For
Cool,
everybody
no
else,
deal.
you would have gotten like a 14. For the ogre, you got a 25.
The ogre got 25 because he was focused on
Fraulein.
not Naren.
Okay, I thought I was getting the 25 just because of my Mask of the Wild deal.
What
Nah.
does Mask of the Wild do specifically?
I know it lets me hide a lot more easily.
Does
I
it
think
give
it
you-
also grants advantage?
Does it give you advantage, or does it give you like a plus, or does it just let
I
you?
think it does.
It's Mask of
Of
the
course it
Wild,
goes back
the
in.
wood elf thing, right?
Yeah.
I think it just lets you hide in like easier. It's easier for you to hide in like heavy rain and stuff like that. That's what I want to say it is.
Oh yeah. I'm reading it now. It only gives me a lot more opportunities to hide.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah,
feel
so-
no guilt. You're too far away.
Yeah, so it's easier for Ristle to hide. Like even though this ogre is still looking like dead at you guys, running through the woods, you just kind of like step behind a tree and whoop, kind of thing.
So yeah, someone's gonna step 1, 2, 3, and pop. Pass without trace.
So plus 10 to stealth.
Plus 10 to stealth on everyone within 30 feet that I choose, and I choose all my friends and the new guy.
Girl, thank you. So
Everyone now has plus 10 to their stealth. Who wants to hide? And can't be tracked except by magical means. So as long as we just don't get seen hiding, we're good. In theory.
I can make that happen.
be seen.
No, I can make us not be seen.
We're already not being seen. We are invisible.
Well, I mean that was your action.
That was my action.
So you haven't snuck yet. Okay.
No.
Anything
it's
else?
there already. Take a few more steps.
Okay.
Actually, no. Seven will stay with. Seven will take a few more steps. I assume we are still running in this direction at this, like simultaneously.
Ristle, your turn.
So I said as it goes past. Am I able to get off the ambush now, or would I actually have to wait till it goes?
I would let you do it now.
Okay.
Like kind of circle around behind the tree, like. come around
Yeah,
this way or
I'm gonna
something.
circle around the bole of this tree, and then
Use the tree to kind of like do like almost like the Batman thing, sneak around behind it and whop.
yeah, and then I unleash my predator attack. Yeah, I'm gonna run up behind him and go after his. I assume I can reach his kneecaps without problem.
Yeah, I mean he's a large creature. He's not like a giant creature.
That's right. And I'm going to unload a flurry of blows.
Okay, go ahead.
So that is 4 dealies.
Mhm.
1, 2. Are these with advantage because it's surprise? Fuck me.
I hope so.
Surprise is advantage, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
I'll say yes.
Bless you. So 11, 22, 32, 41 damage, bludgeoning, and fire. And he also has to succeed a dex saving throw or be knocked prone.
So he's only going to
So-
take 31 of that, first off. The
15 donkey.
third one is not going to hit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is a 15. That's weak sauce.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. 13, 6. I have to double check my math. I don't know if I subtracted that. Okay. Okay. And he needs to make a dex save.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he saves.
That's dog shit. Huh.
Anything else?
I want to.
I think that's all you can do except run away.
Run away.
But you're also right next to. Well, no, he wouldn't have a reaction attack yet because you're this. You kind of surprised him, so he doesn't have his reaction yet.
Oh, okay.
Because you either have to start aware in order to get your reaction.
Okay. So I started in this square.
Mhm.
So
So 1, 2,
1,
3,
2,
15
3.
feet down. Yeah. And you've
I
got.
have 30 feet left. Either way, this motherfucker is going to be able to hit me. You know what?
30 feet left.
I'm going to stay here.
I
Really?
was going to say, you've got tireless. What planet are you on? I
Jack,
think you only have 30 feet.
well, you're a wood elf, or well, you're a wind runner elf, so you've got a 35 movement normally, right?
Right, and I have 45 because I'm a monk, and I used 15 of that.
Right. But you also have tireless, so you have a free bonus action, or you have a free dash action, one free dash action as combat
That's
tireless.
true. Yeah, okay. That'll save me a key point.
I mean, or you can just stay there. I'm fine with that too.
So
Maybe it's distracted by that imaginary Elsit friend I made for it.
Ristel's taller than he needs to be, anyhow, right?
God damn it. I zoomed out far enough. Alright, so 75 feet. Yeah, look at me there.
Zip.
I'm gonna book it.
Okay.
Zoom.
Mongo. So you're gonna see these darts kind of fly off. You're gonna see this ogre kind of almost skids to a stop, and it looks like he's kind of almost shadow boxing something. Ristel kind of comes out and gives this quick little flurry of blows, and then runs off.
Okay. And what orientation is does it look like the ogre is battling? Is his opponent on the
You do
know,
not get
3
flanking
o'clock or-
advantage. You don't get flanking advantage from it.
I know, but I don't want to walk through the same space that the illusion
Oh.
is in.
Well, that's the nice thing on Phantasmal Force. Anything that doesn't really make sense, the victim just kind of rationalizes it. Oh, well, he dodged around it, kind of thing.
Okay, well, first thing before I forget,
Mhm.
I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
I made that mistake last battle. Then move, and then 2 attack with Big Red.
Okay. So go ahead and give me some attacks.
I think that hit.
A 27. Nope, you miss. No. A 27, and
11.
your rage is +2 still, right?
Correct.
So it's 13,
So that's 11
14.
plus 1 plus 2. And then the second hit.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not a hit.
That one doesn't hit as much.
Right.
Actually, wait.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that one doesn't hit because, yeah, you're not surprising him. He still saw where you were at.
Yep. Okay.
Right.
Let's see. I moved. Yeah, I don't want. He's engaged. I can't disengage. Yeah, that's
You
where
can.
I'm at.
You can
Any
disengage
point
right
in-
now because he has. No, I take that back. You can't. Okay.
Right.
I did. Ristel had a surprise round. And I did that out of order. I did Ristel's as part of a normal round. I should have done his separate. Oh well. Hindsight.
Yep.
Okay. Naren. Mongo has moved up.
I see that.
And Mongo has
Here's my-
also bloodied the ogre.
Changed my plan a little, but that's alright.
Okay.
I'm going to quickly cast Horcross,
Okay. Bonus action. Good.
charge at it.
Mhm.
And going to cast a Booming Blade.
I'm trying to remember if that's a regular action, right?
It's an action, but it uses my attack.
Right. He uses your weapon attack to do it. All right. Go ahead. A 5 is not gonna hit.
Oh, fuck my life.
Anything else?
That's all I can do.
All right. Fraulein. Seeing Naren and Mongo, or looking back and seeing Naren and Mongo turn back to face the ogre, and Ristel fly past everybody. She's gonna kind of stop for a second. This look of almost confusion, and as she sees Naren and Mongo kind of close in on this guy, she's gonna drop her basket, and she's gonna pull out her bow, and she's going to turn back and fire off. She's gonna hit for 7. She's gonna hit 7.
Ow.
Turns out it was actually a crit miss. Her string snapped, and the arrow went backwards.
Standard. That's how physics works.
Pretty much. All right.
Totally.
Corrupted Ogre. You guys ready? Okay. He's gonna bring
Tell
this.
us don't tell us the corrupted ogre has a breath weapon.
So he's gonna bring this great
That's
club
bad
around.
breath.
He's gonna bring this, having Mongo kind of come in and try to kind of swing at, or having Mongo come in with this big axe at him. He's gonna bring this great club around into Mongo. With an 11, it's probably not gonna hit. Okay. He's gonna do it again. An 18 hit? I think so. Yeah.
Yes, but I take half damage.
Half a 13. Okay. And remember how I said he had a third arm? He's going to bring this great club back around, and he's going to try to do like this kind of sweeping motion. He's going to try to catch this this
So
phantom Elcid.
So the third hand has a separate grit club.
It's almost like he kind of swings it, and then like he's almost passing the club back and forth between his hands.
Okay.
He's going to try to bring this great club around and almost do a sweeping strike to catch the Elcid and Naren.
That's a miss for me.
Well, he wasn't swinging at you, so.
That's nice.
13 as well. He's not rolling great on those, is he?
You what, mate?
I said he's not rolling great on those.
No. I heard you. It just doesn't make sense.
He's actually rolling about average. A little under average, but...
For damage?
Mhm.
You what? 2d8.
+5.
One of those was a 1.
Uh-huh. The first one he had a 2 and a 6, and the second one he had a 7 and a 1. So he rolled right about average. Okay, so he's going to do that. That brings up the round. Does he get to repeat that saving roll? No, he has to make the investigation. That's right.
Another spare weapon for Mongo's Great Club.
This is a big, great club.
Okay. Well, Mongo's a big guy.
Let's see. Yeah, he looks bigger than you. Last I checked. Yeah, this is not a small ogre. Or for ogre sizes. Back to the top. Rockmon, your turn.
Checking something. Okay, 60. How far away am I?
Quite a ways.
Oh,
No.
Oh, that's Naren.
yep.
You're going to shoot Naren? That's not very nice.
Yes.
Gear shield.
Ah.
I'm gonna gear shield Naren.
Ooh, just enough to catch her, too. 60
Yep.
feet.
And I'll move up just a couple of feet.
Okay.
Oops, oh, I gotta switch. I'm measuring distances still. I'll just move up about here. And do I sense ley lines in this area, by the way?
Something new for you if you look in your handouts.
Uh-oh.
In general info, sorry, not handouts. You're the only one who can see that. So that'll give you an idea where the handout or where the ley lines are. I would say there is one nearby.
Technically, I should also be able to see that.
Can you see? Can you use ley magic?
Gleam of glamour.
Yeah, Fey Touch
Always
can
feel
detect
the-
ley lines.
Always feel the presence of any ley line nearby, Fey Road, or active shadow portal.
Okay.
Yep.
So we'll add you two on there. Boop. There you go. Now you guys can see it too.
Okay. No, I'm not doing anything yet, but that's just good to know.
Yeah, but yeah, I would say there's one near enough. If you wanted to, you could tap into it.
Okay.
That it?
That's it for now.
Okay. Christian, what's Brom doing?
First, I'm going to roll a d6 for my phantasm.
Oof.
Okay.
Still 1 damage.
Yeah, it's for 1 more damage.
Then I want to make sure he knows how ugly he is, and I'm going to
Cutting words.
vicious mockery.
Oh, vicious mockery. Okay.
Yeah. DC save 14 wisdom.
You might have to move up some.
Oh,
What's the range on that? Yeah.
I think it's 60. Yeah, it's 60.
60 feet. Yeah.
I'm 55.
Yeah,
I'm
so
good.
yeah, you're just in range. Okay. Wisdom save. He is much wiser than he is smart.
Which isn't me. It's me.
Yeah, not by much.
Sets the bar kind of low.
Hey, that's 600% higher than the last time.
And well, Nate, why'd you roll fairy fire?
I was meant to look at the stats of the spell.
I was like, why? What?
It was an accident.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that a few times now.
Yeah.
7
I was just
damage
confused.
and disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Nate, it is Seven's turn. Are you
I
casting Fairy
cast
Fire?
Fairy Fire.
Okay.
Wow. What a surprise.
60 feet.
All right, that was your lair action. What is your regular action?
Oh, do I get lair actions here?
Where are you casting it?
It's
And your
what is it?
legendary
It's a
action as
40-foot
well.
cube, isn't it?
It is a 20-foot cube.
20-foot cube. 1, 2, 4. Like
So it's a
that.
4-sided cube.
Like that.
Okay.
I don't
So,
want to light my friends up.
are you sure it's not like that one?
I'm sure it's not that one. That was.
Are you sure? I kind of like that one.
Oh.
All right. So he needs to make a dex save.
Correct.
Guys, he is even more dexterous than he is wise.
Good to know.
14. What's your save?
I believe it is 14. Yeah, it's 14.
So he's gonna
In favor of
resist.
the caster or the saver? Fuck.
It always favors the roller.
Damn it. Well, so much for that.
Tie goes for the roller.
Does that fuck with Naren and Mongo?
No,
No. Wherever
no,
you
he
did, I
he
made
cast
sure.
it past them, so it's
Oh,
caught
okay.
the ogre in the back. It's like, and Naren and Mongo are lit up. Congratulations, yeah.
Yeah, because just fuck you guys. Really, just
Yeah.
fuck you.
Well, that'll make it easier if I have to cast Gear Shield again.
Yeah.
You'll have advantage on it.
That's right.
And I'll flip him off as my free action, and that'll be it.
Flip them off.
Just like,
All right, Ristle, your turn.
So
Looks like the
Bristol
group
just
is-
blew past everybody,
And they all turned and said, "Yeah, fuck off."
and he starts to look back behind him, and he sees everybody either just turning around or actually running up and hitting this thing. And he is just exasperated beyond all belief. I thought we were running.
you did this.
I feel
You did
like
what?
I did nothing. I tried to trip him up so we could all run from him easier. But he's
feel,
gonna turn around and he's gonna dash back.
I feel some deja vu coming along. I feel like this happened before.
So 45, we'll put him there. I think I have enough movement
You do have your
to
free
get
dash
me
action. Yeah.
around here. Yes.
No.
Wait.
Yeah, that's fine.
mm,
How brave you feeling?
I can make it around there. Yeah.
You feeling lucky, punk?
No, wait. No, we don't flank. So
No.
I'm gonna run up and just flying knee strike him as high as I can.
Okay.
Fuck that.
Swords over his head.
So I don't connect with that. I'm just gonna throw a kick straight to the balls.
Okay.
That's better.
So nice.
Aw.
Okay.
Now his balls are on fire.
No! Knock that off.
All right.
I tried.
That might have been why he was running in the first place.
Wait. I didn't use my bonus action.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Oh, you
Yes.
have you have extra attack, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Level 5. Yeah.
I'm gonna pop a key point for that flurry of blows so I can get those extra 2 shots in there.
Okay.
And potentially knocking him over.
Fuck.
And nope.
Damn. All right, but yeah, I'm. He has to make a deck save. I'm rolling like such hot garbage today.
Welcome to my world.
I don't
What about
want to
comfy
go
chair?
there.
You'll be here a while. Get a
He's-
comfy chair.
He's rolling the
More
deck
coffee.
save pretty consistently.
He's a master of the deck save.
Yeah.
He really is.
I told you he's more dexterous than he is wise.
He still has a minus to it though. God damn it! All right, that is Ristel's turn.
Okay. Bongo, your turn.
Okay, 2 strikes with an axe. Ah, crit.
Nice.
But only
Okay.
only an extra 2 points.
13, 14,
Damn it.
15, 16, 17.
Plus
Okay.
2.
Yeah, that's the 17. Oh, no, wait. Oh, yeah, no, that's crit 1, not a crit 20. And another hit.
He's rolling well.
Wait, aren't you supposed to re-roll ones?
Ones, not 20s.
Right, but he gets to re-roll on damage.
On the weapon damage, not on the necrotic damage.
Not on the necrotic damage.
Yeah, but he rolled a 1 on his crit damage for the weapon.
The +1.
How do you want to rule that?
I would say probably not for the crit damage, because you don't get your modifier bonus with it.
So that thing is entirely reliant on just if it's a 6?
Well, let me see here. 13.
If I roll a 1 on the d20.
No, it says on damage.
Yeah,
You get to re-roll that.
Well, that's
on
that's
a
what it-
damage
Or
roll.
is it re-roll or it just becomes max damage?
It becomes max.
Okay.
So
I
let's see.
misread that.
Let me think.
If it was a bear die, on a 1, he would get max damage. So
Yeah, that is a
on
1.
the crit die, he rolled a 1.
Yeah, we'll say that's yes. So that deals instead of 11 or instead of 1, that would
It deals 12.
right. So it deals an additional 11 on top of that. Okay. And then your second hit. So the first hit still doesn't kill him.
Okay.
The second hit
Second is
comes in
7, 8 plus 2.
8, 9, 10. Okay, that will kill the corrupted ogre.
Yes.
Okay. And I get 10 temporary hit points until my rage drops, which is next round.
No, you get temporary hit points until the day, or for the day. 10 hit points are for the day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
10 hit points are until like the next rest, or
Okay.
you get a bigger source of temp HP.
Okay.
So you have 10
Good.
hit points until the next, realistically,
Yay.
probably until the next short rest.
I'll go kill the ogre.
Notable kill, corrupted ogre.
Yeah. All right. So we'll clear that.
Loot the body.
Corrupted ogre. Okay.
So once the fight is over, Ristel is just still looking exasperated, and he actually is going to vocalize, I thought we were running.
Rockmon will say, I did too until you broke off and attacked.
Yeah, I was trying to break its ankle so it couldn't run after us anymore.
I stopped running when I saw Mongo.
And the birds.
It's the natural foley work of the forest. It's fine.
Oh, nay. Okay. Yeah.
And it's totally not the fucking annoying seagulls that are literally 10 feet from my window.
Pass
Can't
Without
do
Trace
anything.
also stopped because you cast Fairy Fire.
It's neither a concentration.
Both of them are concentration.
Fairy Fire and Castle Actress are concentrations.
Yes, they are both concentration.
Is
Yep.
Pass Without Trace wasn't.
Nope, it
they
is.
both are.
I don't know, after 1 minute. Oh well. Anyway, when we stopped to start punching it, it kind of went out the window.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
What a waste of a fucking third class.
Loot the body.
So
Probably
yeah,
doesn't have anything on it.
so yeah. As this thing goes down, Mongo's immediately setting upon looting the corpse.
Mongo begins fishing around under the loincloth.
Yeah.
To get the roasted nuts.
Oh, that loincloth that's on fire?
Ooh.
Yeah, I
it
kicked
wasn't-
them in the balls.
It wasn't on fire, but it was pretty scorched.
There's a singe mark.
Yeah.
Foot-shaped singe mark.
So yeah, I mean, looking this thing over, you're not going to find much of really anything. The
Okay.
club itself, picking up this great club, this thing is big.
Okay.
Easily like 6 feet long. It's almost more improvised weapon than club, or than like an actual like legitimate weapon.
Okay, well, take it over to the tree and see if it's unwieldable or potential addition to my weapons arsenal.
Making a couple of swings at this tree, it's a little unwieldy, very heavy, kind of tough to swing. Really, the best you're gonna get out of it is probably a regular great club.
Okay, so never mind.
Yeah, nothing magical or anything about it. The nails make it look more intimidating. It might give you like a +2 to your intimidation checks. That'd be about it. But I imagine Mongo in general would probably do that.
The illustration doesn't have the nails correctly anyway. You're supposed to drive the nails through, the points stick out, not the head of the nails out.
Well, this is almost petrified wood, so that's probably all the further he can get it in.
Now he can inflict tetanus.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done. Move on.
Okay. Mongo kind of picks up this club, goes, poof, poof, throws it over his shoulder and walks off. All right. What about the rest of you guys?
Walking up to Naren to give Naren a potion. Because you got hit.
Pretty solid hit, yeah.
13.
Perfectly average hit.
Where have I put the drinky potion spell?
Cantrips?
Where is it? Yeah, but I thought I had it on my hotbar. Apparently I don't.
It's D8 plus wisdom.
Found it. Oh, finally, a good roll.
So, Naren, you can get back 12. Nice. So you're only down 1.
So if Naren is 7 nearby, Risto's going to ask, so why did we stop for that one?
Naren's
He's going to jerk his head over.
Naren's just gonna point at Mongo.
What did Mongo do to the Alcid?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ogre.
No, I am aware that for somebody that takes all of his cues, including permission to eat, from 7, he has the weirdest streaks of independence. But why did we stop to run with the Alcid?
She's from my tribe.
Really? Isn't she kind of far from home?
So is Naren.
Seems logical.
I guess
What seems logical? Her being far from home?
Well, no, not her being far from home, but us following her.
Why?
The speed she was going.
Right, because she was being chased. There's no logic there. That's pure instinct.
But if you know the terrain, you know where to run.
If she's this far from home, I don't think she knows the terrain. Not any better than you do. This is your neck of the woods, right?
I'm from further south, but yeah, I've been here a couple of times.
I mean, I'm all for saving somebody from Naren's tribe, now that we know that.
So you don't care about people?
Strangers, not so much.
In any case, it worked out fine. They'll just sort of gesture at the corpse.
Probably would have worked out better if we'd left her. I mean, he's just kind of nod to Naren at the state she was just in.
Seven has no comment. He's metaphorically biting his lip.
while all that was going on, Rockman was just going to walk up to Fraulein, and say, were there any others that this creature was chasing, or were you by yourself?
And as this the ogre kind of fell, she'd be putting her bow and kind of recollecting her things and kind of looking around at the party as you kind of come up. No, it was just me. And she kind of motioned down to her basket. I was gathering supplies. Wasn't paying attention. It caught me off guard.
It was by itself, so there were no others with it.
Oh, you're asking if there were other ogres?
Both. Originally, I was asking if there were other. Yeah,
Brother Earl said. Not that I saw. No, it came upon me pretty fast. That's all I could do to get away as quick as I did. And thanks for helping.
I'm glad we were able to help.
And she'll kind of looking back around to the party. She'll do a karate knee jump into Rockman.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what that was.
Sorry, I see.
Surprise! She's the real boss.
That hurt. Have you ever tried moving quickly whilst trying not to sneeze? It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to kind of looking like back and forth a little bit. I have to thank you for stopping that ogre, for saving me like that. But what are you doing this far in the forest? And you'll notice, like, just her demeanor kind of cools.
Well, actually, we're here with Naren on a mission.
Out of character, we should say that Ristel's coming to visit Baba Yaga.
If anybody says her name, that's going to merit at least one slap.
But what if you can't feel pain?
There will be damage associated with it.
I imagine Seven still feel pain. Because it's not like nerves and flesh and blood. You still get hurt. At the mention of Naren, you can see Fraulein kind of almost snap her head back and forth again. And she's going to settle over, looking over at Naren, and then she's going to run over to her. And almost, again, because like the basket and everything that she was just picking up the bits out of is going to drop on the ground again. She's going to run over and she's going to grab Naren. It's as if she didn't recognize you the first time. Naren, where have you been? We haven't seen you in weeks. What? And she's going to kind of, like, almost pull Naren back to, like, arm's length and just kind of look at her and... Your aunt, like... What happened? We've been worried sick about you.
I lost my antler. Not return.
Yeah. Yes, I see that. Oh dear.
No.
Unintended?
D-E-E-R, not D-E-A-R. Shut up.
I'm dyslexic. You can spell that all you want.
Wrong dear.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. This is terrible.
Why didn't you... We feared you dead.
I would have been, but the Shadow Queen saved me.
Her again, huh? Is she the one, or is she the reason you're traveling with him, with it. And she'll kind of almost head nod over Naren's shoulder at Seven.
Yeah, Seven's trying to be like out of sight, or at least trying to like not make eye contact.
That thing.
He is my friend.
It's okay. I know they don't like me.
Naren, you know... He's not of the forest. He doesn't belong here. And then she'll kind of look for a second, and after a couple of seconds, she'll just kind of, oh, fine, come here. And she'll reach in and just kind of give Naren a hug. I'm glad you're safe.
You should be more careful.
What about you? And she'll reach up and not quite put her hands out, but she'll just reach up to kind of motion to the broken antler.
He was
Seems-
on a patrol protecting the tribe.
Seems you should have been more careful as well. What good is this queen of yours if she doesn't protect you when you need it the most? Anyway, enough of this talk. Your friend said you were on a mission of some kind.
For the Shadow Queen.
I should have figured as much. This... For you to travel with these... people. Bring them into the woods, bring them into the Margrave. I hope you know what you're doing. Where are you heading?
I forgot.
That would be to... Let me pull it back up. Wrong map. The Margrave. You're heading to the Margrave, yes.
Oh,
To
Palewood.
the Palewood, yeah. The Palewood. Have you ever been through there? It gets... Aaron.
Have you?
And she'll kind of look over to Ristel. Give you credit for your bravery, elf. Be cautious of your words here. As for the Palewood, we can't go there. There's a field surrounding it of some kind. There's people that go there. They see things. Hallucinations, thought, but nothing to be taken lightly, for sure. And she'll almost snap her head back to Naren. She's sending you after the honey.
No. Her niece.
Forgive me that The Shadow Fae don't seem to be the type to worry about family.
Seems there's a lot you don't understand.
Don't know the queen. You were not touched by her.
Thankfully not. No. Did she tell you where in the Palewood then? The only thing that could be, it'd be the hive. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but... And she'll kind of look to the rest of the group. Fine. If you're looking for the hive... If you get into the flowers... As I said, don't trust anything you see. But try to stay true to your path. If you go into the hive, possibly make sure you follow the bees. The bigger the better.
Seven doesn't trust a single word she's saying.
You want to do an insight check?
Yeah, Bristle's gonna roll insight on that.
Yeah. The Seven is fully aware that she does not like him.
Right.
He's also fully aware of the reputation Alsaid have.
Okay, 12. 7. Do you want to give me an insight check?
Yeah, once I stop mucking about on my spells tab and find that wonderful, wonderful letter I for insight. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there.
So Ristel and 7. Despite her dislike of 7 and disdain for Ristel, she seems to be saying the truth. She doesn't seem to be lying to you.
Ristel will openly turn to Nairn and say, "Do you trust her?"
Why would she lie to me?
Because I'm not of the forest and he's just an elf.
So she would want to kill me to kill you?
She doesn't seem to approve of your life choices.
I'm standing right here.
Not even turning to her. I'm well aware.
Nairn is
Not saying.
family. I would not see any harm come to her unneededly. I don't know how they do it in wherever you're from.
The Palewood.
Here, Ilsid work together. And she's gonna kind of, almost disgustedly, turn around and kind of start picking up her stuff again. If you're on a task for the Queen, I want nothing to do with that. Besides, I need to salvage what supplies I can here and head back to the tribe, to the camps.
Are they well?
They're worried, Naren. We all were. I'll be sure to let them know you are alive. I'd say come visit, but she'll kind of look back between Ristel and Seven.
Seven will just chuckle.
It's best not to bring your new friends if you do.
So Brockman will help Fraulein pick up her stuff,
Mhm.
mostly just to see what she's got. He's not going to make it obvious. But he'll just help her pick things up. He's not going to steal anything, but he just wants to see what it
Right.
is and help her pick it up.
Give
if there's any,
me a nature check.
Bee defense items.
Is there any weed in there?
Oh,
No, Atlas. Atlas. It's a weed.
Nah.
5. Yeah, you kind of. It looks like she's just kind of getting more general supplies. Looking at different stuff. It's almost one of those like, okay, well, as you're kind of picking stuff up, it's like, okay, well, this could be used for healing potions, salves. You pick up something else. Well, this might be for like a burn. Picking up a third thing. It's just kind of like basic ingredients for a bunch of seemingly fairly common stuff. You don't see any one thing that really jumps out.
no frogs then.
No frogs.
Did you want frogs?
Because
I'm
it
just looking
jumps
for-
out.
Jumped out. Sorry.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
Well, then once he's helped her, he'll just say, "Well, I guess we should be on our way before something else comes along."
And
By the way, what was the effect on the general area after Nate threw the fairy fire?
it's not literal fire.
No, I'm
Right,
saying,
but
it
you're-
was emphasized to us
Uh-huh.
that there are effects of spells that are thrown in the
right.
uh,
Yeah.
effects on the general area of spells that are thrown.
Yes.
I always
It's
pictured it as like a magical hand grenade that hits the center and then like
Mhm.
essentially
just
like fireflies and
just-
stuff.
Just
Right.
curious.
you guys keep stepping on each other. Let me pull it up and check. Fairy fire is enchantment, I think.
Enchantment?
Question mark?
Enchantment. It is
Evocation.
Evocation? Is it really?
Yeah, that's why I used the magical hand grenade. Mental image. I throw a tiny little beehive and little glowing bees come out of it.
So it's almost one of those like as you throw this, the grass in the area itself actually kind of gives a little bit of a soft glow. It seems like the grass itself was almost affected by fairy fire. As you kind of step on it, the grass just kind of crumples down. Taking your foot away, it's just the grass itself is almost crushed. More than just like it's almost like if you like when you step and you kind of twist your foot in the grass. Just putting your foot down almost gives that effect. It just completely destroys this grass on every footstep.
Never can tell when we can take advantages of secondary effects.
A lot of the effects really don't have a whole lot that you might be able to take advantage of. A lot of it's just kind of flavor. But it's just kind of fun flavor. Now, once you start getting into the heart of the forests, things change. But yeah. As she kind of As Fraulein's kind of picking up her stuff, she'll Rockman. Thank you. Again.
Well, you're most welcome. Perhaps we'll meet again sometime.
For your sake, I hope not.
Well, I don't know if that's a threat or if that's just a warning, but I'll take it as a warning.
It's a bit of both.
The forest is a dangerous place. You helped me. You helped take down my pursuer. I will return the favor in kind, but others of my tribe are more strict.
Xenophobic.
Strict to the old ways. I wish you luck in your journeys. Just try to make them quick.
That's certainly our intent.
And unless anybody has anything else for her, she's gonna kind of pack up the rest of her stuff and head off into the woods.
And Naren's just gonna clasp her arm in a, not to stop her, but like
Farewell.
I don't know what it's called, a warrior's something or other.
The
Yeah,
warriors
farewell.
like hand
Oh, like
clasp
the-
on forearm.
Yeah, like the forearm shake
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
And just tell her to be safe.
Wear a helmet.
You too. Oh, also, there's been activity over in Dead Druid's Run. Be careful.
Hmm.
She just nod her head in acknowledgement.
And then she's gonna head out. Anyone else going to stop her before she heads out?
Nope.
No. Rissel's just going to look at Naren and ask, is your whole tribe like that?
Worse.
Seven's just nodding, like behind Aaron's back, just yes, yeah, that's them.
She is a little free, but not as free as I was as a child. Be
That's like
lucky
my family.
you met her and not the elder.
I thought my family were bastards to outsiders. Granted, we only burned their wagons, but
The forest is dangerous. We have to do what we must.
The collective groan of the group. I love it.
No, that was just 7. That was just 7. And it is audible.
Yeah. All right. Well, if no one else has anything, take that off there. Let's take a quick break because it's what, almost 10 after, so we'll go till 20 after. Take a little quick
Cool.
break, refill, bathroom, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So 12.
Refill the bathroom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Takes a
that's what
while.
we'll-
Takes at
yeah,
least
it's
10
running
minutes.
out. All right, I'll be right back.
All right, so we're all back.
So we still have tireless. Let's move on.
Yep. So, Fraulein kind of mentioned there's activity going on at Dead Druid's Run. Naren and Seven would both realize.
That doesn't bode well.
Well,
It's not
it's less that it
necessarily
doesn't bode well. It's more as what the fuck is going on there.
Things are usually dead.
So, yeah, kind of in the name, it's dead. I was kind of mentioning it to Nate during the break. Is Dead Druid's Run is kind of like the area of the forest where it just kind of burned down. Like there used to be a path that kind of burned through that there was like a path that had burned through the forest, and it more or less ended at Dead Druid's Run, something like 70, 80 years ago. Over the years, the path has largely regrown and grown over. Unless you knew what you were looking for, it'd be really tough to spot it where it was at. But at Dead Druid's Run, it's still like the grass has kind of moved in, but that's about it. There used to, or not used to be. There's what it ends up looking like is as you kind of walk in, there's, and I don't know how much Naren or Seven would share about this, but that there's. It's called Dead Druid's Run because there's these 6 or 7 statues kind of lined up around this burned out tree. Legend says that it's like 6 druids that more or less sacrificed themselves for some greater good, but it's not really certain because it's been so long. No one really knows anymore.
You said 80?
Yeah.
Beyond
So
Seven's
Naren
memory.
was a child.
Yeah, I'd say at best Naren would have been probably like a small child because she's what, like she's like 85, something like that.
I think she's
And-
75.
And how far back does Seven's memories go back?
She's 78.
50 years currently.
50 years. So yeah, whatever actually happened there is before.
55.
It's before Seven's memories, and it would have been Naren would have been infant, toddler at best.
Yeah.
None of that would have gone international, would it? Like news of it?
Imagine you could see it from Zobek if it's a decent enough swath that got burned.
Well, it's more like the path kind of comes from the east side, almost from the mountains, almost from like the Morgau Mountains into the forest. But I would say, let's see, Brom, you're not old enough. But I mean, Brom's from Zobek, so I would say Brom, Ristel. You guys could probably give like a history check.
Well, here we go. Hey!
19? Okay. Christian? A 3. So Christian doesn't really know of anything.
I remember a lot about burning things.
You have a problem.
Remember, that's a 19. Crits don't count for checks, so...
Nope. But I'm really good at remembering what I burned and what other people have burned.
So a 19. Ristel, you're from the Cloud Wall over on the east side of Morgau, right?
A little ways east of that, but
Yeah.
in that general vicinity.
For you... I'd say the best you might have heard of, you'd have heard of, obviously you know of the Margrave, it's this ancient magical forest. There was some kind of creature that just wreaked havoc along this path. And for whatever, you would have heard tale of a creature wreaking havoc into the Margrave. And it stopped partway in, and that's about it. Something stopped it.
No details about what the creature might have been, just that it was a monster of immense size.
It was huge. Over the years, it's kind of been changed. it was either possibly like an oversized fire giant or maybe an elemental. Some fearmongers say Morgau actually developed or bred some kind of giant Darkghoul actually ended up coming up. Some tales. The
But
exact
that's just
details is tough to
ridiculous.
say. Even with a 19, because it was so long ago.
Yeah, I would imagine, just given what Ristel would know of the Margrave, just like the general stories, like this would just be another thing in the long history of atrocities that exist within those forests, and that's why he went around Morgau and Dresh on his way to Zobek.
Hold on, Dasheiks, you can't. Can you hear us? We're still here.
Nah, you don't hear shit.
But yeah, with the 19, I'd say you wouldn't remember it, you wouldn't have heard exactly what it was, or you might have heard and just not believed it. Like I said, it's largely thought that whatever it was. Oh, Dasheiks?
Yep.
Okay, there you
Yay.
go.
That was weird.
It's largely thought that whatever it was kind of burned its way in. But then occasionally you'll still hear no, dude, no, it was Morgau. They raised a purple worm or something crazy. I couldn't think of a large monster as a purple worm.
Like a something that burns something. A large monster that burns shit. In this game, you can think of anything.
There's a
I
lot of
can't
things,
think
yeah.
of anything.
It's a lot of the tales center around something burned its way through the forest. But then occasionally you hear the tale. No, it didn't burn the forest. It's almost like you can't burn wet wood, kind of thing. No, it was this giant thing that just pushed over trees. It ripped them out of the ground.
Oh, you can't burn damp wood.
It just smokes a lot.
Just smokes a fucking lot.
Mm-hmm. But you always have that one person who says, "Oh, you can't do that." Yeah.
You call them an idiot and move on with your day.
You go to Google. Google's the ender of all bar fights anymore. Of all bar
that's-
arguments, not bar fights. The
Thank-
police are ends of bar fights.
No, the winner is. Depends how quickly your police respond.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of what Risto would remember of it, or would have heard of it.
Cool.
Naren would have kind of, I'd imagine, kind of growing up. If she'd have gone to explore there, it looked like it was probably burned.
As someone with experience of burning shit, was it burned?
Is that Nate or is that Seven?
That's both.
It was burned.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a chef. I burn shit quite often.
Yeah, it was burned.
Okay.
I'd say Naren
Moving
would
on.
probably know
But
better.
that
than
is in
Seven,
the opposite
so.
direction we're heading.
Well, it's not the opposite. But
The trail
I mean,
runs
it
from the
is
druids
north
run.
as opposed to south.
it's west. If you go straight south, you go straight to Palewood. If you go further into the heart and go down, it's a give and take.
Isn't there a pathway there?
Well, it's not necessarily a pathway, but travel does get a little bit
track.
easier. Yeah. The trade-off is that you're now heading further into the heart of the central heart, so magic tends to get a little bit more wonky, or magical effects are a bit more pronounced, noticeable. The hearts themselves tend to actually almost have their own abilities.
Sounds like we should go find out what they are.
Your call.
I wanna. Seven
Side
is just going to be
quest.
looking at Naren with like the big puppy eyes, like, can we go?
He just like takes a wrench and opens his eyes more.
His iris, like, yeah, the iris on his lens is just open a little bit wider.
Wait, are we actually debating whether to go to Dead Druid's Run or the Palewood?
Whether we go straight to the Pale Wood from where we are, which is a lot more rough country, or detour just west a bit to Dead Druid's Run and then take the slightly easier to travel route, whilst also stopping by Dead Druid's Run to see what the hell's going on.
We made it about 8 hours south, though, right? With that spell before we ran into Fraulein and the ogre.
No,
As far as I understood, Rockmon started doing the guiding star basically like when you guys landed.
Right. And you said we were close to the end of that spell by the time we ran into that encounter.
Yeah, but he has to kind of more or
End of the
less
cast.
stay there. Yeah, the end of the casting.
Not the end of the spell itself.
The duration for guiding star is 8 hours.
Right, but the casting is
The
20
end
minutes.
of the casting time.
Right. Oh, so that encounter was at the end of the casting time, not the
Yeah.
duration.
Right.
Yeah, the star's
Okay.
still above us.
Okay.
The
Do you
sky
wanna
is
wish
still
upon
up.
So we've only just run a few hundred yards or something.
Yeah, not very far.
Okay, that changes the calculus a lot.
Yeah.
still got 4 hour, nearly 4 hours on the tireless.
About 3.5 now.
I'd say you guys got probably quarter, half mile.
Yeah, if we haven't made any real progress with the Palewood, I don't think Rista would have any objection to heading to Dead Druid's Run. All right, you wanted to go there. You don't get to make that noise.
It's like, I don't want to
This
go
is
now.
No, that's as close to a squee as I can make, because my vocal cords can't do it. It hurts
That
to
sounded
go.
more like, eh.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
This is the problem. I can't make high-pitched noises.
Okay.
Ow.
That sounded more like a chipmunk or something.
Yeah.
All right. So, head into Dead Druid's Run, right?
Yeah.
So, it'll take you probably, with Tireless and Naren and Seven kind of leading the way, it'll probably take you about an hour or two to get there. Largely just because you have to slow down a little bit to kind of get through the forests. If you're in a rush, you can get there in like an hour or a little less. It'd be a little harder travel, and excuse me.
That's with taking into effect the tireless.
Right. That's with the Tireless, yeah. With Tireless, if you do like a fast pace, you can probably get there in like a half hour to an hour. But you're going to be booking it. You're not going to be paying attention to anything around you. You're just, okay, let's go. Almost like that, if you ever do like a long distance run, just that comfortable pace where you can still kind of talk to the person next to you, but you're not really paying attention. So, if you actually kind of slow down and walk a little bit, you're looking 1 to 2 hours, keeping your head on a swivel, avoiding anything that kind of might be getting ready to jump out and eat you, kind of thing.
Okie dokie.
So I imagine you guys are probably going at a little bit of a slower pace.
Yeah.
Unless anybody objects.
It makes sense to go at a slightly slower pace.
Okay. So, Dead Druid's Run. So as you guys kind of get there, as you start to get closer to it, you do start to realize, you can tell when you're getting closer because a lot of the trees are kind of pushed over or burned out, just kind of in like a lower condition, more dead. Hence, Dead Druid's Run.
Whoa.
They don't run.
But as you kind of come into this opening, there's the Seven, this tree that used to stand in the middle, this burned out kind of, it was kind of more or less a burned out trunk, but it was still a good 40, 50 feet tall. And you guys are way over here,
Okay.
in case you couldn't see where you're at.
Question, is there supposed to be that massive black void underneath the tree?
Dynamic lighting.
No,
Oh,
he's
is it?
talking about the whole. No, the hole right here. That's not dynamic lighting. That's part of the map.
No, I mean where the grass terrain stops and then there's just blackness. But I can still see the statues
Let me see here.
along here.
Yes. So there, you see blackness right there.
Yeah.
Move your map. Is it like a perfectly square black?
It is a perfectly square black. I will refresh.
There you go. There's something wrong on your map because there, where the tree is, there's like a line for dynamic lighting that kind of blocks past it. But that's about it.
Yeah, no, that was like a decent chunk. Like
It's a
part
big
of the
map.
terrain just hadn't loaded. Maybe.
It's
I don't
big.
know.
It is a big map.
It's irrelevant. I can carry on with that.
So as you guys come into view, we'll say you guys were probably coming in more here. That works.
The G forces.
Zip. Okay, you're all the way at the top right. Obviously, like I said, you're gonna step as you're kind of stepping in here. You are gonna start to notice like a lot of the trees have kind of. You can see where the grass and such is still trying to kind of grow back in. The brush is kind of coming back in, but a lot of the larger biomass, the trees, the big plants, they haven't really managed to get root. But it's taken a long time for the seeds to get in this far. Even in the Margrave, even inside the Margrave, it's a little odd for it to take this long for this. In the center, there's 7 where there used to be about this 40, 50, 60 foot tall tree, or this husk of a tree. It looks like it's fallen over, for lack of a better word. And as it fell over, it looks like it actually, the roots and everything kind of ripped up with the ground underneath of it. Kind of sitting, as you, I imagine, well, yeah, so you'll see that. You see this tree kind of falling over, and around it you can see where the grass is kind of regrown a little bit. The grass around this tree actually looks a little bit more healthy, despite everything.
Rockman wants to go over and see who the girl is sitting on the other side of that stump.
So, so you guys are heading forward, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just move.
Bristol's.
everybody up.
Looks like Bristol's scouting.
Hold on. So as you guys are kind of coming up, ahead of you, you can hear this kind of soft singing. It's just almost as if somebody's kind of absent-mindedly singing to themselves, kind of out loud.
I am going to start sneaking up.
Okay. Give me a stealth.
La 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 la.
Ring a rosy.
And my thought process is I'm going to start circling around
Okay.
the south side.
Okay. So, let me see here. As you kind of, or as the group kind of starts coming up, you hear this. You see this a little bit of an older woman, kind of in this simple dress, kind of wrapped in a shawl. She's kind of almost sitting on this stump.
I didn't know that Baba Yaga could sing.
Risto, you said you're sneaking up there, right?
Yep.
Okay. Before we go any further, who else is sneaking up? Looks like Naren is? Or is
Nope.
Naren pulling back?
Rockman will.
Okay, so Naren, 24. Good.
Damn good casting.
So you're sneaking.
Oh, 24 is not bad.
You're sneaking. Jesus. How do you have a +6 to your stealth?
I do.
Hacks,
Dex.
says a man with a +7.
I mean, how does Rockman have a +6 to his stealth?
Skills. Goddamn skills.
Okay.
It's one of my specialties.
One of your proficiencies? Okay. That's why. Yeah, as you guys,
It's like Naren's leaving.
right, she's circling around. Rockmine's climbing into the hole.
Oops.
Back up about 10 feet. There you go. Okay, so it looks like the three of you are sneaking. What about Seven, Mongo, and Brahm?
7 is distracted by the grass. Holy shit, there's grass.
I'm not very stealthy, so I'll just kind of hang back a little bit.
Okay. Mongo?
It's gonna stick with 7 for right now.
Okay.
So what am I looking at here?
So give me a perception check.
All right.
12. Okay. So, like I said, you see this woman kind of sitting here. Hold on a second, I gotta load this sheet up. Load faster.
What are we talking? Young, middle-aged, elderly?
Hold on.
Elderly.
Elderly with a scarf over her hair.
Looking at her in human terms, she looks like she's probably later middle age, late 40s, early 50s, if you're talking human years. Looking at her, Ristel kind of looks at her, and this doesn't look to be Baba Yaga, so you're safe there.
Oh.
No. But as you kind of come up around this tree, let's see, you had
23.
She's almost going to kind of turn back and almost look at you.
What the fuck?
And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Colin.
Uh-oh.
So which one do I see?
You see Ristel down at the bottom.
Ristel, sorry, just my identification. What race and class are you? What do you look like?
What elf? Or a windrunner elf. And he's a monk.
Hello? You startled me. What brings you to my woods?
Travis does a much better
I didn't
woman
know
voice.
these were your woods.
Well, they're certainly not yours. But all the same, I can share. Are you alone today?
What exactly are you doing?
Well, I was singing, wasn't I?
In the middle of the woods, in the Margrave.
Yes. What are you doing? Walking through the woods in my grave?
Something like that.
Well, come closer.
I'm fine here.
I love this. I love this character already.
Very well. And it's just you today, yes?
Before I answer that, what is my face sense telling me? Like, is it going bonkers at all?
Like, I don't know, that might be a question for Travis. What's my face saying?
Oh, no, sorry, I was on mute. Refresh my memory. If Fey Sense, is that all Fey, or is it just Shadow or Arc Fey? I think it's all Fey.
Yeah, anything with a touch of the Fae or the Shadow Realm, like I start picking up vibes.
I would say yes. You're definitely getting a Fey Sense from her.
Getting them good vibrations.
Well, don't just stare. It's very rude. I don't suppose you've brought any food with you, have you?
No, not any extra.
Not any extra? Well, what do you have?
You know what? I'm terribly sorry. I did not mean to intrude. I guess wasn't expecting anyone to live here. I'll be on my way.
Wait a minute. What's that?
What's
There's you're not here alone, are you? There's somebody else here. Behind that stump over there. Come out. Come out, all of you.
Hmm?
Out you come, everybody.
So we'll just wave.
There are a few of us here. You said you're looking for food? This doesn't seem like a great place to be looking for food.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm looking for it, of course. If it were easy to come by here, I wouldn't be looking, would I?
Oh, I suppose not.
To serve man.
So, what about the rest of you lot? Anyone spare bites for a poor old woman?
I have no food.
What are you guys eating then?
Forgive me, but I think it's readily apparent you're not a poor old woman.
What? How dare you?
Me? Old? Never.
And
Poor old
what
women.
what do you think I am then?
I've met your kind before.
My kind, old women.
Faye.
Well, what brings you here all the same, chatting to a fae on this day?
Nothing brings us here, per se. We're passing through.
Who's Percy?
Well, if you're passing through, I'm afraid I must take the food tax. I'm very hungry.
Seven will just sort of rustle in his bag. And just, nope, still nothing.
And passing through to where, pray tell?
Here and there.
So you're telling me that a random group of ragtag individuals just traipsing through my forest, going nowhere with no food. That's what we got here?
We were dropped more or less into the middle of the woods.
By whom?
Who could say?
Well, all the same, I'm afraid I can't let you pass.
Nope, it's not. Damn it. I was hoping Goodberry would be a ritual. It's not.
Oh, Goodberry.
Yeah. That would have been so helpful right now. Do not
That
have
would
it
take
prepared then.
ritual would take more than 10 minutes anyway.
I'm more than happy to sit here for 10 minutes and let the little old fey lady eat whilst we carry on.
So as you guys are kind of approaching, you'll notice she's been kind of sitting on this stump and doing what she's doing. The upper half of this tree itself looks to be just almost covered in butterflies.
Oh.
Brahm,
Yes.
give me a nature check. I haven't had a roll from you in a while. I suppose, well, yeah, 13. Okay.
Unless you want survival.
You're going to recognize these are death butterflies.
That doesn't sound good. What is a death butterfly?
The butterflies that seem to be covering this tree, death butterflies are almost, they're kind of like the vultures of butterflies. They're attracted, instead of to like flowers and pollen, they're attracted more towards like necrotic. You definitely would know, being necrotic yourself, they would probably be attracted to you above anybody else.
Are they doing anything in particular, or are they just like hanging out on this tree?
Right now, they look to be just kind of munching on the dead tree. They kind of go after necrotic for really anything. They're kind of necrotic omnivores.
All right, I'll make sure to keep my distance from the butterflies, not to disturb them.
Okay.
Oh, you've seen my butterflies, have you? They're my friends.
Interesting
My pets,
specimen
in
you have
Eastwood.
there.
Yes, well, they're quite harmless, I assure you. For those who mean them no harm, or me.
Mongo, what's Mongo doing? See, he's kind of hiding.
He's
behind the
hanging out.
tree.
He's hanging out behind the tree,
Okay.
ready to be reinforcements.
Okay. Like looking down the hole at all, or just kind of hanging out waiting?
While he has time, he's going to be peering down into the hole. Yes.
Okay. Give me perception. You have dark vision 60, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 13. Okay. When you get a chance, you kind of glance down. You do notice it goes down probably 20 or 30 feet, and then it opens up. And there's a little bit of a pool on the bottom of it, and vaguely looks like a tunnel kind of shoots off to one side.
Okay then. Good to know.
But from your vantage point, that's really about all you can see.
I just had a visualization of him peeing in the pool.
Don't. Last player I played with that did something like that
Prob-
killed us.
Probably wouldn't be a good idea.
No.
So, it sounds like Ristel's been doing the bulk of the talking. What about so Naren? Everybody's getting kind of closer. So everybody, I think, except Mongo, kind of sees this woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say Naren or Seven or both. Give me a
both.
history check.
Ooh. I'm bad at that.
Good thing Naren's not.
I say I'm bad. I've got a +1 to it, and we'll roll
16.
pretty damn well, all things considered.
Yep. So, like I said, you would both kind of look at her. You know she's not. You know right off the bat she's not Baba Yaga. She's too young. Too young. Naren, you are getting that Fey sense. She's not Shadow Fey. But you are getting the sense, okay, she's Fey, and you look at her. You think this might be Baba Sanja? Not really. She's not necessarily known as being like the demigod that is Baba Yaga, but she is known to run in the same circles.
I'll just kind of mutter that quietly to I guess Brahm and Seven.
Yeah, and Seven would probably recognize her. He might not necessarily have interacted with her, but he would recognize her. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, so someone would have seen her before.
Yeah, I mean, you've both seen her around the forest. She typically kind of travels on her own a lot.
Is she dangerous?
Point to something that isn't.
Yeah, that might not be a good question.
In relation to what?
Is she dangerous to us right now?
In relation to the forest around you?
In relation to In relation to that troll earlier.
The ogre?
Yeah,
I mean,
the ogre.
She is, like I said, she's not as all-powerful as, like, Baba Yaga is. But she is still fairly strong.
Is she prone to violence?
As long as you keep her happy. No.
Does anyone have food to give her?
I literally have no food. I do not need it.
I don't have food written down. I usually just go get food when I need it.
Is Baba Sanja strictly a Margrave thing, or would she make the rounds the way Yaga would? Is there Plains lore about her?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Like I said, she's not really as, like, well-known. She's more just... Not all Babas are known.
Naren's gonna cautiously move forward with her pouch of nuts, berries, and dried meat.
What you got there?
Food. She'll just put her arm out with the pouch.
I'm going to cautiously approach.
And you should be able to move that token. There you go.
Nuts and berries?
Yes.
I'm gonna reach in and take some handfuls.
You can have the pouch.
Well, at least one of you has some decency. So take the pouch.
And Naren will step back just a little bit.
Some water, anyone? Perhaps?
That I can do. And Seven will hold out one of his bottles. Specifically the one that he has already used, that he's just refilled, ready for next time. Yeah, Seven will just hold it out.
I will take that as well. Now, where are you actually headed?
Home.
Home. Where's home for you?
She would have seen me around, wouldn't she? Travis?
I mean, unless you actively made it a point to avoid her. I mean...
No. So where I hang out would have been where she would have seen me.
I'd say...
It's kind of distinctive.
Kinda, yeah. I kinda stand out. Comparative to, say...
I imagine, like, everybody would have seen Seven to some degree or another. But Baba Sanja tended to avoid even, like, the villages inside the Margrave. She always kind of stayed by herself. Or always stays by herself.
So she wouldn't inherently know where I chill out.
It'd be safe to assume no.
That makes me feel a little bit more comfortable, honestly.
Where the bees are large.
Then again, you don't know what she knows. So.
Yeah.
And home is just through these woods then, is it?
Yes. Just plain and simple, just yes. Might I ask what you're doing here?
Oh, I live here.
No,
I know.
I mean specifically this area.
Well, this is where I live, so I stay here most of the time.
Really?
Yes.
No, that wasn't in character. That was just straight up like, really? Like, come on, really? You live in the dead area?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with a little bit of dead.
No, we're all a little bit dead at the moment.
Some of my best friends are dead.
You
Some
haven't
of
seen
myself is technically dead.
Rockman. I'll just say you haven't seen a young girl by any chance, have you?
Young girl, what does she look like?
Well, we're not too sure. I think we just had heard that there might be a young girl in the area that was missing.
Could you be referring to me? Why, I'm not as old as I look.
I don't think so.
Wait a minute. You there. Points at you, 7.
It's 7.
I feel like I've seen you before.
Yes.
You're already home too.
Yes. Just a bit down the way.
Hmm. And where you couldn't be going to the same place as these other people, could you?
Yes.
Hmm. Very well. Hmm. Well, since you have given me some food at least, and will nod to Naren, I suppose I could let you go. If I knew more about your destination, perhaps I could help you with that. But as it is, I have nothing I can contribute.
Then we bid you good day.
Oh, look at the statues.
You wouldn't happen to know the Shadow Queen, would you?
The Shadow Queen.
Say everyone knows of the Shadow Queen.
It's like you wouldn't happen to know of Hitler, would you? I mean, just
Yeah.
throwing it out there. No, it's that sort of
No.
like name drop.
Yeah, not necessarily like, oh yeah, she's Hitler. No, more like, hey, I don't suppose you've heard of Gandhi, have you? Yeah.
It's like
Yes,
that.
everybody knows the Shadow Queen. What of her?
What are you in relation to her?
It's none of your business.
Now who's being rude?
I have a question. Do we actually know what her niece looks like?
She gave you a general description.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
Does this one fit? Just a little bit older?
No.
Okay.
Well, don't just gawk. If you're not gonna be social, then off you go.
And Bristol's looking across the way at Naren and 7, like, come on, let's go.
But the statues are woman.
May we just linger a moment to take a look at these statues? We were curious about them.
Yes, go ahead.
So I think Is Rockmon right next to one? Is that?
It looks that way.
Yeah, are these gravestones in front of them? Or behind them? Sorry, they're facing outwards.
Yes.
Oh. So it's literally dead druids.
Yeah, it looks to be there's gravestones with some kind of engravings on them, and
Okay.
the three on the east are actually look to be more intact. The two on the west here, looking at the tree where Sanja's sitting, there looks to be like the remnants of like as if the tree fell over on one, and then there you also see the other two. The one where you guys are at actually looks like something crushed the statue, or a branch or something might have hit it and busted it. The one down by Rockmont and Ristel looks as if something hit it and then climbed out, but didn't get very far.
Oh. Can Seven read the engravings on the tombstones? I'm only asking because I figure if any druids were going to have grave markers, it might be in druidic on the graves.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still under the effect of tireless?
Yes.
Okay.
I just put new tokens on the map, so that's why it doesn't show up.
Cool.
Let's see. 7. You have what languages?
I have...
Machine speech, primordial, druidic, and common.
Yeah, one day I'll get an explanation for the primordial thing. It's not today.
Someday.
Either when I die or...
Someday
whenever
you'll
the
know.
next-
Looking at it, doesn't look to be in druidic, actually.
What is it in?
It looks almost as if it's some kind of crude version of common. It's not really necessarily crude as in like age. It's more like crude as if somebody engraved it and had really bad handwriting.
Ah, so I wrote these. Got it.
So looking at it, if you kind of move around at them, move around to the different ones, as you look at them, it's more or less just almost a general epitaph. Here lies so and so. They gave their lives in defense of the forest.
I was going to say, are the names visible?
I don't have names for them.
Okay.
Yes.
This bit through.
Steve, Greg, Bob. Yeah.
Hey, look, Steve, Greg, and Bob were all fantastic druids. Bob the druid, especially, he was just the tippiest top lad.
I'd say you'd be able to kind of make out the 4 that are still intact. It'd be a little rough. You'd probably be able to make out about 3 of them.
Okay.
And I'll put names in for them later.
Yeah.
Fuck
But
them
there's nothing particularly special about these. They just appear to be gravestones of some sort.
The stones themselves, yeah, they just look to be gravestones.
Yeah. Seven is also going to have a look at the statues as well, because I know this one is broken.
Mhm. Yep.
Not actually going to step on it, just
Right.
using my keyboard to move himself.
The broken one looks, like I said, as if it was just crushed and destroyed. The other ones look to be almost as if somebody kind of carved a statue. They actually do look to be pretty decently carved. Not necessarily like a Michelangelo standard, but still nicely carved. They all do look to be different. They look as if they're individuals. The
Is it
statues,
safe to-
the statues themselves stand actually surprisingly tall. They're about 7 or 8 feet tall.
Jesus. Those are some tall humans if they're to scale. But are they human?
Looking at him, it looks like one of, or at least one of, or the one that you're at now, I would say yes, is probably human.
Okay.
It's a statue, so it's a little tough to always tell, because especially when you have things like elf marked, which you don't always necessarily see outwardly.
Yeah.
But at a glance, it probably human. The other ones look to be more like one of them looks to be a river elf of some family, and
Okay.
the third one looks to be probably human. It's a little
Probably.
tougher to tell. The features are a little bit more muddled.
Yeah. Long hair covering the ears to confirm, or stuff
Yeah,
like
almost. Yeah, like the third one kind of has his hood up.
Is there anything magical that feeling about these, or anything that there's something special about them?
About the statues,
Yeah.
give me an Arcana or detect magic if you have it. 11. I'd say an 11 Arcana. It's you can't really distinguish anything specific from the statues separate from the forest around you. It's you're getting kind of that magical sense from really everything. Almost like trying to listen to a conversation in the middle of a rock concert. It's really it might be, but you can't really pick anything off.
So, in theory, I can cast detect magic as a ritual,
Mhm.
and it says the casting time is 1 action,
Yeah, so it's like 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yep.
Do we want to hang around for 10 minutes for that, or are we ready to go?
I mean, Seven wants to look more. Like, Seven's just intrigued by this stuff. Because this might be his, like, predecessors. It's the only other druids he has memory of. Like, well, other than the ones that taught him, this is it. He hasn't seen any druids in ages.
Any chance he gets whenever somebody looks over and makes eye contact, Ristel's going to be making motions to get out of here. And his eyes keep flicking back to this fake creature sitting on the trunk.
Well, she seems pretty chill.
He's not close enough to carry on a conversation.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm more than happy to linger while the spell's cast.
All right.
Naren's just gonna sit on the grass and watch the lady.
Okay. Within 30 feet. Okay. Again, so you use detect magic, and you get, again, just this kind of cacophony of almost sensory abuse coming in from all directions, and you kind of stop and calm and kind of focus for a second, and the statues themselves seem to have some kind of almost abjuration on them. Below the statues, the grave, the stone and the grave, there seems to be some kind of enchantment magic.
Enchantment?
So Rockmon will explain that to Seven. You know, Seven's interested.
Seven is interested.
Yes, enchantment.
So, someone's enchanted corpses?
And there's also the sense it seems to be a little bit past the range of the detect magic, so you can't really pinpoint any one specific thing, but there's something deep below you. Something going on. It's a little far to pick out the exact school, but it's almost like hearing that a car crash down the street, or hearing something like that. You hear that just enough to kind of get your attention.
Does Rockman tell Seven this?
Yes. Yeah. No, that's what I was saying. I was telling you whatever I sensed there.
Seven's going to go back round the tree stump. What was her name again? Baba Sandra.
Sanja.
Sanja.
S-A-N...
Sanja.
Have you even asked?
No, I Seven would know. But Miss Baba Sanja, why is it regrowing here?
Well, this area teems with life.
But it's been dead for so long. Why so suddenly?
Well, it's not dead anymore, is it?
But why?
It's none of your business.
You know this is my home. Surely it's as much my business as yours.
I thought your home was off with this bunch.
This is still my home. I travel away every now and then. As many do.
Well, I make sure that I take care of this area very well. I don't want my home to be dead.
It seems to be quite magical as well.
Yes, quite so. Much of this place is magical.
Interesting.
I was already accused of being a fae, so certainly this wouldn't surprise you.
I don't think I accused you of anything.
She's going to point at the person who did accuse her.
Bristol.
Bristol.
Will that be all then?
Seven. Anything else you want to investigate here, or shall we continue on our journey?
Surely we have more pressing matters.
Mm-hmm. I
Out
have
of
a million
character.
and one questions, but
Out of character.
That's what I'll say.
Leave Shirley out of this.
All right, that's a wrap for the night.
Cool. Same time next week, yeah.
After that, I'm not sure.
That's GG. So
Game's over. Yeah.
why does Seven know Prime with you?
Mongo solved everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a million and one questions.
Baba Shirley.
But,
And
But I
Bristol
doubt
has
she does.
moved up kind of near 7. And he's resting a hand on his shoulder. And he's practically white-knuckled. And it's not with any intention to hurt 7. It's more because he actually heard Baba Sanja's name. And he is stiff as a board right now. Like, he is scared shitless. And he's trying not to show it.
How good is he? Like, is he trying to hide it?
Deception.
Damn straight he's trying to hide it.
Give me a deception.
Because suddenly he's just realised what he accused someone of.
16. Okay.
Yes, I could ask 100 questions about this place. No doubt I'd get an answer.
Did Mongo tell anybody else what he saw down the hole?
Nope, he hasn't had a chance. Everybody else is too far away.
Just in the barest whisper in response to 7 saying, I could ask 100 questions, Bristol's going to whisper, please, don't.
Not whispering. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Fuck. Well, I am ready to leave. Is everyone else?
I believe so. I don't think we could learn anything else here necessarily that will help us.
Naren will look over to Naren and Seven will look over to Naren and Bram.
Across the tree.
Nine will just nod her head and stand up.
Brahm will do the same.
So as you start to leave, Sandra's going to point at you, Naren, and say, "Hold a moment.
Yes.
Come closer.
What?
Come closer."
Come here, my pretty.
Said,
It
"Come
doesn't
closer."
sound ominous at all.
Bram hides behind the tree.
Ristel stopped.
Naren's just gonna like kind of pout a little.
Gonna do what?
She's just gonna pout.
Oh, pish posh. I don't mean you any harm. Come here.
No.
Pish posh.
I have a new favorite word.
Carefully move closer.
So for Colin, Naren is an Elcid, so it's kind of like a deer elf version of a centaur. A little bit smaller, a lot more lithe. She can kind of leap through the woods a lot more. You'd see him a lot around the Margrave, so you'd recognize him.
Okay.
But she has 4 legs.
So as you move a little bit closer, Sandra's going to move the rest of the way up. And she's going to lean in. And she's going
Take a
to
bite out of her.
The Lannisters send their regards.
Got a lot of meat on your bones. I will relieve you of some of it.
Hydra. No.
Yeah. Hail Hydra.
All right, off you go. You, get out of my home.
That would be hilarious, Strongman.
No, turnabout. Naren, pick Baba's pocket.
Oh hell no.
Naren's not that desperate to find an early grave.
Yeah. She'll do a deep curtsy like she does for the queen and join her friends.
Rockman will just say, "Have a good day. We're going to be on our way, I think."
Off you go. Shoot.
Good luck with making this place grow again.
Thank you. She'll hop over the tree.
Hopping over the tree.
Oh boy, with the butterflies on it.
That's what I was asking. Are you gonna like do like the almost like the picnic table where you jump, put a foot on it, and then leap over, or are you just gonna try to like straight up vertical leap it?
Oh, good point. Good point.
How tall is it?
Yeah, that's
It's probably.
It's shorter than it was, but
I mean, the tree itself is at the base of the trunk. You're looking probably about 10 feet around, 10 feet across. So it's going to be about 10 feet high. And if the tree fell over like that, you're looking probably 12 to 15.
Okay, I changed my mind. She won't jump over.
In
She'll go
hindsight,
around it.
Okay, that's better. I say all I was gonna do is, well, give me an acrobatics check so you make sure you land or
I
make
thought
it.
it was shorter for some reason.
No,
Not
it's
not a good thing to land in a puddle of
death butterflies.
necrotic butterflies.
Yeah, but Marin's not dead, so they wouldn't hurt her, right?
Oh, they'll eat living flesh.
Yeah, butterflies are disgusting creatures.
I know.
They'll eat living flesh, but they prefer dead.
they're kind of indifferent to the whole thing.
After they're eating the living flesh for a little while, it turns dead.
Well, I mean,
Not to mention you step on one and Baba Sanjo will probably murder us all.
step on one, find out.
Fuck that, Bristle's already gone.
that we step on one and there's a hurricane in the Philippines.
In 100 years. Yes. Takes time. Butterfly effect. But everybody sounds like everybody's heading out.
We Audi 5000.
Okay. Heading more or less south then?
Yeah.
Or mostly south?
Following the guiding star.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard.
So we'll group everybody back up. Let me do this. There's an aura that I can't see through. Okay. All right, so everybody's kind of packing up and heading out. As you guys are heading out, I imagine you guys are kind of chatting amongst each other once you get out of the plane, out of the plat or the grove, the anti-grove.
Yeah, Bristle's furiously demanding an explanation of why no one told him that a Baba was here.
I did not know.
She's nice enough. She's not killed me yet.
Bristol is anti-Baba.
Very anti-Baba.
Although Marin's going to get real close to Seven and quietly ask him, well, what do you know of the Queen's Blade?
The Queen's Glade?
Yes.
No, that was me repeating because I didn't hear. What do I know of the Queen's Glade? Do I need to roll a history?
There was that had been mentioned before. You noted it as something else.
Did I?
Seven would know the Queen's Glade. He wouldn't even need to make a check.
Yep, I remember now. Yep, that's where I call home. Yes, now I remember.
So the Queen's Glade is essentially the site of this giant beehive, or giant bee hive.
Queen as in bee.
So Naren's asking what Seven knows?
Nobody knows exactly what is inside of it. As nobody's been there. Well, anybody of flesh and blood has never been there. But it's in the Pale Wood.
And there's a certain creature that's not flesh and blood. So Naren's just asking what Seven knows.
Yes, sure. Let's start with that.
I mean, there's a cave. The hive is within the cave. Very pretty. A lot of flowers. Is there anything specific you need to know?
She suggested we head there.
Isn't that... It's in the middle of the Pale Wood. I thought that was where we were headed.
But not to attack anything.
I had no plan of attacking.
By the way, Mongo is going to relate to the party what he saw down the hole. 20,
Keep pace down the
25,
hole.
20, 35 feet, 20 or 30 feet down, a pool and a widened chamber and a path leading off that chamber.
Yeah, the crater beneath the tree goes down probably about 20, 30 feet, and then about 10 feet below that, so you're looking 30 to 40 feet, a pool and a tunnel.
Hmm.
She also mentioned the bees might welcome us with a name.
The bees might welcome us with a name.
She told me the name, and I don't know if I should say it yet.
Is it any particular name?
She said the bees would open their home for the name.
Well, that's quite valuable.
That is very valuable information, yes. I've only ever been within the entrance of the hive. But I've never been further in. The real need.
She told you this freely?
To go west. Because I gave her food, I think.
She meant west inside the Palewood,
Right.
not west from here.
No, I know.
Okay.
Let's go west and visit.
Let's leave the forest, yes.
We're not near the Pearwood. Yeah.
This wasn't an exchange or anything else. There was no deal struck.
No.
Why are you so afraid of her?
It's a baba.
I'm not afraid of her in particular. I told you about Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
I drank tea
I
with her on
don't
Wednesday.
imagine.
Say what?
I don't imagine.
I'll say what?
I drank tea with her once. I love it.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
That legitimately caught me off guard.
Don't imagine simply chose that name on a whim. I have told you about the gnomes, yes?
Yes. Though I'm still convinced they're just halflings.
A whole race doesn't strike a deal with devils simply on a whim. Baba Yaga is all but a god unto herself, and who knows how powerful this one might have been.
Hmm.
I realize you're a Gearforge, but there is some sense of self-preservation, right?
I mean, in this instance, I've lived within a day's walk of her dwelling for at least 50 years. I've survived. And we've just chatted with another Baba. Seemed quite nice.
She seemed a little easier to get along with than the queen. At least she didn't have us killed.
Mm-hmm.
Repeatedly.
I don't understand how you can be this cavalier, being around beings of power like that, and still be alive.
I've died once.
I would have thought you'd have learned from that.
I can't remember it. So,
Well, that might have something to do with it.
I mean, what's the worst she could do? Like, really, what's the worst she could do?
Again, the gnomes made a deal with the devils to get away from Baba Yaga.
And apply duct tape.
And apply duct tape to them. I don't know what to tell you. I'm kind of curious about them. Especially if one can make an area of the forest that has been dead for so long start to bloom again. That's beautiful.
Are there poisonous plants within the Margrave?
Most definitely.
Are any of them beautiful?
Most of them are flowers, if I remember rightly. So yes.
I would think a druid would understand better than anyone that beautiful things can and will often kill you.
Like
No, no doubt.
humans.
Or else I'd
Hey!
7 with a smirk. I mean, come on. You killed people.
She's gonna pout again.
I'm teasing you, but yes.
That's why
It's a
she's pouting.
double-edged sword. Yes, it could kill me. My curiosity will most likely kill me one day. Again.
But it didn't happen this time.
Don't you want to stop that?
What, not dying?
At least put it off. And live as long as you can.
Truth be told, as long as I am killed and have my gem crushed, I'm okay with that. The whole being unconscious thing is not fun for a Gearforged at all. No.
Ababa wouldn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Ababa wouldn't crush that gem.
Mm-hmm. I have no doubt.
So, can we continue?
Yes.
All right.
I figured we were walking while this is all
Yeah,
happening.
I figure this is kind of like as you guys are going through the forest, you're holding this conversation. It's not like, hey, we're gonna get out of sight and just stop. We need to talk about this.
Nathan, what the fuck's up? How are you not just shitting your pants? Ah, come on.
But
Answer, can't shit.
yeah, can't eat. There's no poop.
That helps.
Nope.
It really does.
Everybody poops except 7.
Doesn't even, like, there's no liquid to leak either. It's like, I can't even blag, it's like hydraulic fluid.
Every now and again, he just opens a hatch and gears fall out.
Spring shoots out. Oops, overwound that one.
Some carbon dioxide.
Yeah. But it's almost quarter tilt, so that's actually a pretty good spot to be able to kind of wrap it up for the night. So if we go much further, we'll end up either into a whole nother session or a whole nother encounter or something like that. I don't know, find out.
Yeah.
But like I said, we'll kind of wrap up for the night. David, I think you're gone next week.
Yes.
Okay, David's gone next week, so
I
Mongo
almost
will be-
didn't make it this week.
Almost didn't. Thank goodness you did, huh?
One of the fan of my computer decided to die, so my computer wasn't staying on.
Ouch. Yeah, that sucks. It's where you like turn all the fans in your house to that computer, and thankfully you can
No,
you can get computer fans pretty cheap though. thank
I had to
God.
get a new one. Yeah, I got a new computer fan.
Yeah.
But I couldn't use my computer for a while. So.
But so David's gone next week. Anyone else gone? I don't think so.
What's next week? Tomorrow. Next week is.
27th.
I should be here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm here.
Same.
I've got a
Next-
wedding to go to, but that's on Saturday, and it's a bank holiday, so I don't have to go to work on Monday. So it's all good.
Next week I will be here, but
Mhm.
the week after I'm not sure because I'll be in Toronto.
Okay. Yeah, just keep me posted.
I might be able to do it from Toronto, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
If you want to play, Travis, you can play Mongo. Doesn't take many cycles.
If need be, if a fight does break out, I'll probably like auto control Mongo. Combat wise, he's not too tough. Seems like go up,
Hit
hit
him
twice.
with an axe.
Yeah.
It's not really tough out of combat. He can
Oh,
talk much.
poor Mongo.
As for everyone else, everyone say thanks to Colin. He offered to come in and kind of be a guest NPC for Baba Sanja. So that's
Dude, Baba Sanja is my favorite NPC now. Just is.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you,
that
old lady.
was
We
definitely
can make
good. I like
regular
it.
visits.
Thanks, guys.
What was that?
Thanks, guys.
Like I said,
Thank you.
you get to see firsthand. These are the people I have to play with.
My condolences.
They're not that bad.
Oh no,
No, he has
it
played
can
with
be a
us,
lot
Jacob.
worse. Yes.
And it has been.
It has been.
Yes. That there's a Dave in a game that I play. I've told Nick about it, or not Nick, Nate about it before. There's a Dave
other
in like
end.
an old game that I played in. It's not David from the from your game, Colin. That ended up being pretty bad. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun.
Did you ever tell him about Jacob?
I don't think I have.
That's story time. That's a fun story time. I actually heard from him today.
Hey, how's he
He
doing?
wished me happy birthday. He's doing well, apparently.
But let me see here. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up for the night, folks. Again, thanks for everyone for coming out. Like I said, a little bit of short notice. We pulled the game forward an hour tonight. It helps. Nate is in the UK, so he's playing until like midnight. We want to give him a little bit of a break. Colin, friend of mine from an in-person game I play in, he kind of wanted to sit in a little. I've been talking to him a lot about the game offline. He kind of wanted, or I offered to let him sit in so he could play as a guest NPC. I already had plans for it, but it's fun. So yeah. Otherwise, hope to see you guys next week. Bye.